Recording here. And there we go. Recording is on. And we are currently on William Brand, our new player. So, you left the human kingdom, or at least your local village and your training behind, as you have some relationship problems over there, and you can't really show your face anymore. With a horse from said village, you're currently traveling down all the roads that you can go that are not directed to the human, well, influence. You come across this vast forest, and it's so much unlike of all the wasteland that usually defines the human hard life. As you, well, stroll through it, you almost your mentally eyes drift away as you're hitting a kind of crossroads and you don't really know where to go. You see a vast forest line in front of you, and well, apart from the birds chirping, you see a big smoke screen, approximately a few, like 250 feet into the trees, and you smell some fire in the distance. It smells different though. It's not really this kind of, well, campfire. It's a little larger, and it stings a little bit in your lungs as you kind of drift out of your mental eye for a moment. What do you do?
I guess well, I'm here. I would be a bit curious about what's going on there and a bit concerned if there's a smoke screen this large currently in the middle of a forest.
Yeah.
So I would, it, it, are there, how far there, is it possible for me to like ride my horse through the forest towards the smoke screen?
No, the force cannot enter the forest. It's pretty thick bushes.
Okay, so I get off my
You
horse
can
and
try to, but it needs to jump them, and it's not gonna be silent.
I guess I'm just gonna I wouldn't want my horse to be scared or get scared away from the fire, so I'm just gonna get off my horse and tie skips off to like a nearby tree and
Mhm.
explore my way towards the smoke screen to see what it is.
Sure. Roll me a stealth check. Let's see how hidden you are.
Oh, I can just do this with my D&D screen.
Mhm. You make your way through the forest lines, and you try to hop from bush to bush, like you've seen and, well, have been told in stories. How the folk of evil almost does it, as you kind of go into one of the bushes and you see a man, an outline of a person, kind of almost tearing things from a metallic object. It emits slight flame and heat as you hear muffled words in the distance. What languages do you speak?
Let's see. Uh, I, s- I speak Dwarvish.
Okay.
Eh,
The your arm snaps off a twig and you step on like crunchy leaves in the autumn, right? As you seem to be heard, the guy looks around a little bit. Seems to be wary of his surrounding.
hmm,
You can roll me an insight, trying to figure out like what emotion he is in, because you
so
don't understand the language.
I speak Dwarven and okay.
Um, you don't know what he's saying precisely, but you feel it's like swearing as you hear, yeah, 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 in a very odd language. Seems a little aggressive, not towards like you, but more towards like the general situation.
Okay, I guess I would try to continue sneaking my way towards him.
Okay, so you're trying to hop a bush or another tree in the near vicinity?
Yeah, try to slowly and quietly, as quietly as I can,
Okay,
stealth walk.
another stealth check. You have the option of a tree and a bush. Which one?
Bush. I feel like it would give me more cover.
The bush or the tree?
The bush.
Okay, that will be that one. Yeah. So you hide behind another bush and you kind of you could swear the guy's seen you. As you see him like look around, right? And he like grabs into his pockets. You see him up closer a little bit as you see a guy in a very odd type of clothing. He seems to have weird clothing robes and some kind of lenses in front of his eyes made from glass.
Well, given the fact
As
that,
mhm,
given the fact that William comes from from a woven clothing,
mhm, I like
like
cloth.
a cloth. Yeah, yeah. It, he, yeah, William has never seen anything like that before. Does it? Strange clothing.
Hmm.
Yeah, strange clothing.
It has some metallic parts on them and some symbols. Shit, who just crashed?
Just trying to.
It's fine. Um, as you would see a metallic object in his hand, you hear a distinct click sound that you've never heard before, and he points something at the bush you're in. He speaks
Well,
something as he looks
I
at the
like
bush.
speak something.
Yeah, he says something. You don't understand it. It's not a language you speak. As you hear,
Okay. I stand up from my hiding space and
I'm training
with
my
my
gnomish here.
with my hands up, like showing them that I have nothing in my hands, showing the fact that I have my weapons on me and my shield and that
Mhm.
stuff. Like,
Okay.
and I try to stay as I speak in like common, trying to come like I don't know if this guy understands common or Dwarvish. I just gonna like speak in common, saying like, hey, I notice this. Hey, hey, let's calm down there. I don't know what do you calm down there.
Who are you? And why the hell are you sneaking around here? Really can't afford the time and the attention towards you.
Well, I was on my way of heading away from the human realm, and I saw this big smoke over here. Big smoke, big smoke over here. Saw some smoke over here. There's smoke. I'm like repeating my words,
Yeah, I can hear that. Get to the point.
and I was a bit concerned. I mean, we're in the middle of a forest, so smoke usually means fire. So you could see why I'm concerned.
I'm not here to burn anything down. I just want to fix my problem.
Fix your problem.
Uh
Well,
huh.
what problem do you exactly have? Yes, sir.
You don't specifically know the arcane, or. And he speaks some arcane jargon and very precise words. You can roll
I
me an
mean,
arcana check.
Arcana. All
Uh
right.
huh.
I guess I'm bold. A four.
Yeah, not your kind of thing. Fuck magic. The humans are
I mean,
like you said magic, you said heresy.
magic means heresy in the human.
Yeah, mostly. There's a lot of fanatics in the human kingdom. You would know them roaming throughout towns and taking away people that are just framed as casters in the first place in carts, jail
I mean,
carts.
William wasn't really born in a type of family like that, so
No.
he would know of the. He would still think of it as like dangerous and
Yeah,
not helpful in any way. But yeah, but he wouldn't know dog shit about it.
yeah. The only thing you would know is it's foretold to be crazy powerful and super dangerous.
I'd say to the man, well, uh, the only thing I know about magic is that it's dog shit useless in some situations. That's what my dad told me.
Huh. You're whatever. Uh, so either you make your ass useful to me, or you can go away with your sword and your shield, and just choose either. Because I don't have the time holding you at gunpoint here. As he points to a bunch of fire in this metallic object.
Well, would do a bit of a blow to my conscience to turn away from a person in need. So yeah, I'll help.
Okay. Roll me a persuasion check. Let's see.
Well, fuck. A
You're not gonna
goddamn Z.
stab me in the back, are you?
I mean, I'm not that type of guy. If I were to want to kill you, I would stab you in the face, looking at you.
I can get around that. He pulls he he puts the metallic object in his hand, right? In back in like a side pocket. Looks a little weird. Almost looks like a holder for a crossbow, like a hand crossbow, but smaller.
Hmm. I
Uh,
put my hands back down, and with my sides, and I stare at the little metal object at, at his side. Never seen one of those things. What is
Good.
that?
He looks at you. He just says good.
Uh,
Think about it as a sword. Whatever. You don't mind collecting some metallic parts that scattered throughout the trees. As he has
sounds hard
some
to work.
things that look like rope in his hands.
Well, I've done harder work and I've taken stuff out of trees, so I don't.
Uh huh.
All right.
Good. He 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 seems to hold the two ropes together and they produce a spark. And he's deeply into thought as he's climbing across this metallic half burning object. You are in the meanwhile collecting scraps out of trees and bushes. I would need a perception and an athletics check for that.
Perception. Please do not. 16 and an 11.
Okay, you take like how long you going to do this?
I mean, as long as it takes me for to get all the
All everything
scrap.
that you see until you pull everything together.
Yeah.
Okay, you produce this pile of metallic, sometimes sharp and bent objects, right? And I sent a picture of it as well. As
All right.
you see a bunch of pretty well crafted, fine gear. It looks like sheet metal, almost of sorts, but it's thin enough that you couldn't really produce it that straight in a normal forge. Like you've seen people smith armor and swords and maybe metallic composite bows, but apart from that, never metal in this kind of fashion. Long, large plates, and they seem sturdy.
Mm.
They don't have
I
any imperfections in them.
I where is the guy again?
Well, he's some 60 feet away
60 feet away.
as you're picking some scraps out of the trees. All
I
about. Can screen share in the meanwhile.
walk over to the guy, but not and I call out to the guy and I say, "Hey, they got all of it," and they just like drop it onto the floor.
You,
It's,
you,
I
you hear the guy inside the metallic object, right? You hear this clanking going on inside there, and you just see a thumbs up, like, poking out of the thing.
stranger situations calls for.
You hear some as he climbs out of it, and he's atop of it. He looks at the bunch of scrap and he says, "Yeah, you. Okay, let me just get down here. Let me roll this acrobatics check. If you see if he falls on his face.
Or manages to get out of it.
Nope, he makes it. He's a slight hop off the metallic object, and he looks like he gets like down and scatters through it, and he looks up on it. Have you ever? Probably not. Uh, let me probably do that. What's your name? Sorry,
Well, my name, you can call me William, right?
William.
Yes, William.
Okay, Hester points with his
Yes.
thumb like at his chest.
Well, nice to meet you, Mister. Strange circumstances. Strange.
He gets up, right, and he puts like an arm around you, right? And he points at the metallic thing. It's just like, yeah, I need to fix that because else I'm not getting away from here, and I can't help my friends if it's not fixed.
William looks at the metal construct and just like I don't think I've ever worked on anything.
Uh, it's a big piece of metal, um, but it's
Yes.
not in the right configuration. um, let's say its parts are here. They're just bent, broken, and not here entirely. And I need all of them,
So
mostly.
so do you want me to fix these parts for you? Even
Uh,
the
mm, Well, I'm gonna hand you a bunch of parts, and you make a campfire or something, heat them up, and try to bend them straight. That's all you need to do. As he pulls out a different metallic object, right, in his hand, and it seems to have like a set of pliers, but in big at the handle, and he kind of like clicks down his goggles, and this flame produces from it as you hear this going off it. And I'm gonna um, put them back together.
okay.
As he points at a bunch of objects that are really bent.
Okay. Like oh okay. I feel a bit like I'm guessing that since William came from a family that works in a smithy, he's gonna feel like really. I think he's gonna feel like offended that he thinks that a campfire is gonna be all needed to fix these parts. He was a
You
bit
would be
offended.
surprised.
Oh, okay. First off, I don't think you realize. I don't think just a campfire. I need more than just a campfire to fix these. You do realize that, right?
Um, oh, No, it will be fine. I um you work with, and he points at your sword, that kind of metal usually, right?
Yeah.
He holds out one of the pieces, right? And he holds this flaming, well, torch, but on steroids added for a moment. And you see, like, at the trim of it, it slightly melts as you see some goops of metal go down. You know your metallurgy. You can roll me an investigation.
Hey. Good.
You know it's not steel. It's not steel and it's not iron. Something with a lower melting point, probably. Because
Okay,
iron
so
usually goes red hot and then melts. This, at the touch of this flame, just droops off.
I like kneel down to look at the melted piece of metal, I guess, metal, and like I look at it for a bit and like, what kind of metal is this, friend?
It's a composite. It's a little bit ceramic. It's a little bit iron. It's a little bit aluminum and adamantine. Why?
Yeah. All right, I'll I'll go ahead and try to fix these.
Neat. He grabs a bunch of these components and he scales the ship again. As he
I'm
says,
gonna start
as he like turns his head and he says, "It's a flying machine. Don't ask how it works."
William stands back up from the ceiling position and just looks at Nestor as he climbs back into the metal machine and says, "Hey, how the fuck did something made of metal fly? I'm not, I'm not this shit type of thinking. I'm gonna," and he just like just stops, and just like goes around looking for like wood and stuff like that to start a fire. I guess.
Okay. You're gonna have a look around and scatter some supplies for a fire. I need a perception and a survival check.
11
Mhm.
and 9.
Okay, you don't seem to see enough loose like twigs around to produce a well enough fire for your liking at least. But you can you can probably chop down a smaller tree with your sword, cut it up. We're gonna take a while.
Do that. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. Since there's not enough loose twigs and stuff like that, I'm just gonna cut down a tree with my sword.
Okay. You go to one of the smaller trees. It's not even 10 feet high. It's pretty flimsy, but it's gonna do well if you chop it off. A sword is not really an axe, but you will probably make do.
Right.
Chopping down
I
wooden dummies is not too hard either.
I'm gonna unsheath my sword from. Do you carry long swords on the back or on the side? I don't know
You
much
can
about.
choose either.
I unsheath my sword from my long sword from my back. I guess my
Mhm.
back. Yeah. And like prepare to chop it down,
Roll to hit.
roll the hit. 24.
24. You chop your blade into like the centric, almost around your shoulder height. You get a deep cut into it. Roll for damage. As you see a squirrel kind of twill down the tree and scurry off as the tree shakes. You just.
11.
You chop into the tree. and it's halfway through as you see this crack down the center a little bit. You're probably gonna need one, maybe two swings to bring it down.
I unwedge my sword from the tree and go for another slash.
On the same or opposing side?
Same
Okay.
same side. Wait, no. I feel like it might fall on. Yeah, fair. Yeah. On the same side. Yes.
Okay. Rotate.
21.
Hits. Roll for damage.
10.
You bring down the tree. As you, how do you bring down the tree?
I just go. I like rear back my sword and just cut straight like a baseball pitch. Base. Yeah, like like
You hear the super smash. When you hit it, your vision goes red and black for a moment as you just as the tree cuts through. As the tree comes down, let me see which direction. That's not entirely your side, so you have it also falls slowly. So roll me a dexterity saving throw at advantage.
dexterity roll.
At advantage. A 16 and a, so 19 and 17. Yeah, you have a solid 5 seconds to dodge it as you so it's slowly leaning like next to you. You don't really want to get hit by the branches, so you take a step to the side, and you see the flimsy tree fall here. It's not laying there and needs to be chopped up into pieces. You're probably just not gonna set fire to the trunk like that.
Hmm. Don't wanna. I'm not planning to use it as a battering ram. Hit someone. It's not a weapon.
It's not a weapon
It's
yet.
it's not a weapon. But if anything becomes a weapon, if you think hard enough.
Okay, so as the tree has fallen, you probably need to, well, produce firewood now. How are you gonna do so?
I'm just gonna just cut the tree into pieces and then split them in half.
Okay. Let me roll me in athletics because that is not something that's gonna like be too difficult, but it's probably gonna be a little straining on your body.
All right, 24.
Easy. A few. Ooh, don't want to do that. A few dozen minutes later, like half an hour, you need to break it all apart and chop it up. You have a pile of little logs of varying sizes and a bunch of like kind of scrap wood, like splinters and little wooden chips lying all about. Um, yeah, the only thing you need to do is make a fireplace, and that is a survival check.
All right, roll.
You're
20.
good. Yeah, you make a decent fire pit. It's probably gonna last for 8 hours. There you go. You have to fire pit. Now you just need to bend the pieces back into place.
All right. Um. All right. Since I have, so I guess I just start working on them.
Okay, you bend the places back into its, well, straightened shape. and that would require some athletics, as it's gonna be, still some muscle work being into it, and
Yeah.
a sleight of hand to see how straight they're going to be.
21 and sleight of hand 12.
They're a little crooked still, not your best work, but they're definitely straighter.
Mm.
As you see the plates kind of like warm up, and they have a weird property to them. As they warm up, they go through this kind of color change from green to blue and then to like a warm red. It doesn't conduct heat too well, as you see. It keeps heat just there where you're kind of applying it, like over the flame, and it doesn't spread throughout the metal. It's not really heat conductive. It still takes it up, but only very localized as you bend them back piece and, bit by bit. Do you have smithing tools?
I do, yeah.
You can reroll me your sleight of hand check if you use your hammer.
I will.
Okay.
A 22.
Yeah, with some wax of your hammer, you get them a lot straighter. It's a lot closer to your profession. They're just bending them back into place. As you produce some very, very straight pieces, you still see that there's been works on them, but they're definitely straight. As you hear this kind of crackling sound within that weird machine thing that we was talking about, you hear basically this and this kind of sizzling inside.
Oh, well, might as well tell him I'm done. Hey, Nestor! I'm
The
done!
head pops out and you see like sparks inside and you hear this stop as he says, "Nice. Uh, what's your favorite food?"
Like a very good beef stew. Yeah.
So you're a soup guy.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
He climbs out, right, and he gets out like this like weird kind of knistling thing. It does this kind of crackling as he
Are those
climbs out and says,
are,
"Well,
are,
those are straight."
are those plastic? Is that plastic grabbing I hear?
Yes.
I,
You're unfamiliar with the sound though.
I'm unfamiliar with the sound. I don't know what it is, but my I know what it is though.
Yeah. As you hear this kind of out of it, and you see some. It looks eatable, whatever's in it. It seems some kind of bread and meat, and it's all throughout it inside.
Is it an MRE?
Yes.
I don't. Hi.
It's
What?
that league. You stumbled into some parts that are fairly futuristic for D&D standards, but it's
Mm.
in the vicinity and it fits fairly well for your travels as well. I rolled what kind of route you would randomly stumble into, and that's the one that was chosen by the dice. So
What are
really,
the
really weird thing he has in his hand.
what are the other things?
Sorry.
What are the other routes? The other
Well,
possible.
they had some signs that you couldn't read because they were in Elvish.
Um,
So you just took whatever looked the safest and had no like footmarks on them, so the least traveled roads. So you're not gonna be picked on by elves and all that jazz because you only know them as well. They kind of look down, and there's caravans of them, sometimes going throughout villages, and yours included. And sometimes they're like blessed healers almost. They use their wicked magic in a good way for once, right? But sometimes they take just people away. Like they go into houses as like battalions of 10 and take like a man or a girl out.
Hold up.
Yep. I love how he's just like, that's a big fire. That's a big fire hazard. Also, Hester has a fucking revolver.
Hi, I'm back.
You're back. Yes. Okay. Yeah, you see him pull out this weird thing, but it contains food, right? And you're just like, the hell is that? Right? You've never seen such a kind of, well, almost like paper bags, yeah, for like letters and like mail, okay, but for food, seems all weird. But yeah, he holds it above the campfire, kind of with a set of like two metallic parts, and it slowly starts to boil.
What? Okay. And what
You
happens
see,
next?
you see and smell some awful smell of plastic, and it's very sharp in your nose, drooping off it, as this metallic inlay reveals. As he says, it's definitely not the best smelling, but the food is good. I'm a pie person, but they don't have pie in it. Never. Never seen one. Raspberry is my favorite. If you ever get a raspberry pie, think about me. As he smiles for a moment.
I'll definitely get you a Raspberry Pi the next time I see you.
Hmm.
The next time I see you, I'll treat you to a Raspberry Pi, friend. I pat him on the shoulder.
Hmm. That would be lovely. So, apart from me being here, why are you here in the first place?
Well, I'll just say a person back home didn't really like me. I sort of kicked his ass. Now he doesn't kind of force me out. Oh.
Hmm.
What is his
Well,
accent?
that sucks.
What is his accent?
What is this? What?
I just as I was doing it, I took like on this sort of accent.
Hmm.
It was weird. Yeah, it's fine. Just convince.
You're very hard to understand.
Continue, please.
Oh, yeah. He kind of warms up this kind of meal, right? And he like puts it down next to it, and the kind of packaging of sorts folds and kind of sits on the grass. He hands you like he breaks something off, and it's a kind of plastic spoon. You still can't wrap your head around this flexible yet like hard material that stinks under flame. As he hands it to you, and it's like warm.
I take it from and I just like look at the plastic spoon and the paper bag full of food and I'm like, this is the most weirdest. This is the weirdest thing that has happened to me.
Uh, it's emergency food, whatever. It's not supposed to be super tasty. It's just supposed to nourish.
All right. I like I I guess I hesitantly and
Yeah.
scoop put the spoon in the like the food
Yeah.
scoop piece
It's a
and
little
like
squishy. It's this kind of uniform mass of thing, like of bread and kind of watery substance. It's a little briny. It's almost like think about stew, but it's jello.
oh
Yeah, it's a little weird in consistency.
I I slowly put it in my mouth.
It tastes pretty fucking good. Like from 1 to 10, that shit's like a 7.5.
Holy shit! This this could possibly be one of the best things I've ever had in my life. Wow.
Hmm. Um, okay, that's really good to know. What do they feed you at home? Scratches his head, thinks for a moment, and kind of you see another of this packets, and it's just like think about bread, but it has this like weird pattern on it, and seems to be like hard bread almost.
I'm like too enamored with it now. I'm like eating like I'm quickly taking spoonfuls into my mouth.
Just like can't let it be fucking cold. Yeah, the
Like
consistency is a little weird, but the taste is good.
yo, this is like I'm. This is like yo. This stuff is busting.
Yeah, the soup is one of the better ones. There are worse, there are betters. Okay, so forced away from home and on the road. So are you just traveling by foot, or what are you doing?
Oh, hmm? I like. It takes to me a bit to notice that he's talking to me, but then, and when I do, I go like, you, you know how about you ever notice like you,
Huh?
you that have you ever encountered someone who's like too so enamored with their phone when they finally notice that you're talking to them, they go like, huh?
Huh? Yeah.
Like
Oh, uh, are you alone, or do you travel with anybody?
I'm a I'm alone, but I
Huh?
do I have like a horse like a couple feet back 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 over there, point to like back towards like through the trees and stuff like that.
Mm. You should bring it over. Somebody's probably gonna steal it. Else, if you don't keep an eye on it.
I like I like stare at him for a little bit, like oh shit, like I like place the food bag of food and spoon on the ground and like start fast
Bolting
walking.
off to the horse.
Yeah, like
Wait.
that's like
Okay,
come
yeah,
back.
you set down your food and you'll return to your horse. It's still bolted down, but you can roll me a perception check. As you see some very like almost like not dragging marks, but some faint footsteps throughout the
Okay,
road that
hold
you
on.
haven't seen before.
Oh, hold on. My sister needs me.
Yep, just give it a moment.
item back. All right, I'm gonna roll a perception.
Yes. That is a 13. Yeah, you see some foot tracks going both left and right. You know somebody has been passing by your horse. You also
But no one,
see that some of your items that you've been storing in there are missing as you look at it. As you see the latch of the kind of pouch on the horse is open.
I run over to pack. I run over to like the bag that I've been holding. That was on the horse and like look inside to see if there's what was missing.
Missing is your bedroll and your mess kit.
Oh, son of
Son of a, they are expensive. Come on.
come on, man. Really? All right. Like I stand there in frustration for a few moments and like, oh, okay. Can I can I see where the footsteps were heading off to?
The sides of the road, left and right, here and there. They came from here, out of the bush.
So either that means there were two different people going different ways, or there were two people who took my stuff. Okay. All right. I like I unlatch my horse from a tree and like try to walk him through the forest to back to where Hester was.
You can, but you would probably need to cut a path.
What?
You need to cut a path through the bushes. The horse
All
is
right.
larger than you.
I try. I'll try to cut a path for the horse.
Okay, that's athletics. What do you use for it?
My sword, my long sword.
Yeah, just mess up with the sword, just hack away. Machete style. Yeah, easy.
21.
Easy. You cut a path throughout. Just mark this down. There's a path. Cut throughout. And you end up at the open square. You can probably tie it down to a tree here. Because you know it's
Yeah,
gonna wander off else.
I'm gonna tie it down to one of the more larger trees so it doesn't
Over here?
easily. Because yeah, since one of those flimsy stick bug looking trees are gonna my horse gonna snap it.
Huh. Huh. He
Hey, I'm
points
back.
at the horse. Hmm. Okay, so you're not traveling alone.
Yeah, he skips. I
uh,
wave at course. Hi, skips.
he he coughs a moment from like this weird bread that he's eating as you hear this crunching of it. Seems pretty hard as he is like, have you seen? Sorry. Jeez. Have you seen any other fires throughout? No. Same
Um,
size as this one. Points to the metallic object.
no, no, not
Hmm.
really.
Okay. He pulls out two sheets of paper as he's chewing on this thing. As one of them is a fully deep cyan blue, and the other one is very white parchment. Like, jeez, like plain white, like cotton ball white.
That's very cool.
Uh, It's paper.
Paper. I've never seen paper that clean.
Hmm. You need to work on the quality of your paper.
No, it's mostly because there's a lot of dirt around.
Hmm. Okay. I only seen dirty paper in museum.
Hmm. Well, yeah.
Well, he points out like with his finger at a few things, and he mouths some words in an odd language still at himself as he says, "Nah, I did him. Nah, I did him. Nah, yarımda." As he looks at you, it's just like, you never seen, and he points out this like weird scribble of a paper, and it looks like a bunch of pictures, but like it's just lines. It looks like something an insane person would draw up when they're in custody, like on the walls with his feces.
Those are just lines, my friend.
Okay, uh, didn't thought so. I'm in a sticky situation here. So, where are you heading off to? Do you know?
Well, I'm headed off to the Elephant Kingdom looking for
Huh.
head off to the Elephant looking for some relief, but
Yeah. Hmm. Okay. I'm searching for a few friends, and I've seen a few things around. There's this big, well, almost glowing object that was north. He points like a direction, right? I assume you mean that settlement.
yeah, always heard. I've always heard talk of the Elephant City's glowing of radiance.
Uh, yeah, that
That's
that fits that
it,
thing definitely fairly well.
and you can if you could hear well if his hearing was really good he could listen to listen to William mumble in his breath.
Well, glistening radiance fits that thing, whatever it seemed to be, fairly well. Um, I can take you there, but only if that thing works.
Well, it's my well, you see, no, wait, are you talking about the middle missing?
Yeah, the that big thing, yes.
Yes. Well, you see, I have a rule with my travels that I don't get into strange objects. Yeah. So no, I'll handle with my horse.
Hmm. That's too sad. Okay. He looks up. Hmm. Well, it's gonna become late today. I don't assume you travel off today.
I'm just gonna travel. So,
Okay. I can give you a direction. The glowing thing is up north, but it's he thinks for a moment. A few dozen miles. It's not gonna be easy. It's probably gonna be a trip on a horse, maybe a week.
hmm. Yeah. Well, I can.
Okay. Um. Well, nice to meet you. Then. He looks at a
Shit.
few more things and mumbles a few more things. As you see, it's evening, like 1800. Are you gonna travel off now, or are you gonna do anything around here?
I'm just gonna start traveling off now. I feel like yeah, you got a handle, friend. So
Yeah. I wish you great luck on your journey.
I wish you great luck on getting your contraptions in.
Yeah, I'll need it. He turns around and he like holds this blue kind of parchment paper, whatever he called it, like at it, and he looks like a little bit in the between of confused and like annoyed as he climbs on it and looks at it, and he holds out this kind of almost crystalline piece at some, well, parts of it here and there. And you see lines in between where he touched them. And vivid, well, almost sigil looking things.
Hmm. Nope, I'm off now.
Well, you take your horse and you travel northwards. And what you encounter on the road, we're gonna figure out after we skipped over to Urigo. No, Garadone. You're here. Urigo. Garadone. At Garadone.
Window.
There we go. Okay. Recap me your last session, please.
I walked down the alleyway, got sealed off. Creepy guy turned up. Wants something from me, but I couldn't understand him properly because he spoke Elvish and I didn't, and his comment was shit. Starting to feel threatened, called the guards. He more or less instant took out Blitz. I said, then fuck you. Try to take him out. Didn't quite work. Try to call guards more often. Apparently, they're all cowards. And
Yes, the guards
got
have a
taken down.
regard for their own life. Yes.
Well, they should have a regard for their duty as well.
You're not wrong.
Mm. Anyway, and that was it. I mean, I think I had a fairly quick session. I don't know. Anyway,
Decently. 1.5 hours. But yes,
yes, that was my session anyway.
you find yourself in chains in a pretty dim lit room by two candles at each side, made from
Yes,
cobblestone.
correct. And I used the ring to heal me twice. That was the last thing I did. Sorry.
Yes. Apart from that, you healed yourself a little bit, and Blitz is slowly getting back to consciousness as you hear Elvish through the kind of wooden door at the side around here.
Right. Can I make out whose voice that might be?
It's the guy's voice.
I assume I'm pretty certain on that.
Yes. But the kind
Okay,
of
cool.
tone.
Right. I was thinking, is there anything else in this room besides, of course, the chains and me and Blitz?
No, you assume it to be a prison room of sorts? You find yourself in prisons an awful lot.
Well, I can say
This
it
one
was
doesn't
always
seem to
not by
be.
choice.
Yeah, this one doesn't seem to be legal, though.
Alright. Is the floor beneath me of wood?
Cobblestone.
Mm, that is not to my benefit. Um, then you say I still have my clothes on me, correct?
Yes.
So can I pull out one of the hairpins then and use that?
Uh, sure. With the low amounts of hair you have, you own exactly one, I guess.
Works, I'd say. Um, I would take it out of and Well, I guess try to picklock it.
You're trying to lockpick it with the hairpin.
Yes.
You possess thief tools? Yes. Yeah, you could. It's a sleight of hand check.
Yes. I always like to know that I'm
And
capable.
you add your proficiency because of the tool.
Nice. That means I can use double proficiency bonus. Dapper command. Slash RD20. Not a particularly good roll though. So 3, 6, and sleight of hand 9. So total of 15?
Let me see what lock it is. Where is it at? Yes, I have a lock DC table.
Well, that makes sense to me. I don't see a problem with that.
It's a 10 here and it's over here. It's a -20. God. Jeez.
Let me guess. My unfortunate demise continues.
Oh yeah. It's
Mm.
you look at it. It has some inscribbles on it as you kind of twist it, and you hear your lockpick snap, and you hear a
What?
distinct ticking inside of it. It's a dwarven made lock. Unlucky bastard. Sorry.
How does he even have that?
I rolled rarity of the lock, right, and I rolled a 97%.
I mean, sometimes, dude, you can also just use logic. You know, there's
Yep.
nothing wrong with that.
Economy. He has the money to get it, so.
I know, but it doesn't mean it doesn't matter. Fuck it. Well, considering it broke, there's not much I can do.
Okay. So what else do you spend your time with in this cell for the next 4 hours? That's my question. Looking at the lock first would have told you that as well.
Well, apologies that I'm not expecting a fucking
Nope.
dwarven lock.
Nope. I didn't either. So I rolled for it.
Well, I assume he took the crossbow
The weapons,
bolts as
yes.
well. Well, the bolts, not the weapon. Well, okay, yeah.
Only the
Fine.
weapon. You have the bolts.
I have the bolts.
Yes.
I would destroy one of the bolts
Mhm.
to take the hat, and then use the bolt hat to basically cut the wood into a pick. Make a second one and try to use that as an improvised lockpick.
Okay, that would be sleight of hand at disadvantage. It's not a lockpick, but you can try.
12.
Okay, you push the wooden piece into it, and you don't hear the tick, the kind of clicking you want from the pins. As you kind of look what happened to the wood, you pull it out. It's like brushed. Think about like an ink brush that you just push on the table. It's like flattered outwards.
I must admit, I don't get it, but it's not
It's
usable. I take it.
it's split like a
Okay.
brush.
All right, that's fine. Um. Well, I would try to make 2 new ones. I mean, I basically never used my bolts, so I should have 20 in there.
Yeah,
That should give me a reasonable amount of.
of tries. Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, yeah, you can try it a few dozen times more. Um, let's see how long you take for it. Oh,
That's 16.
sadly, that is. Oh God, I hate locks. I hate locks. Give me a moment. I'm gonna look at it again. Just don't say bullshit right
Hey,
now.
you're the one who
Eh.
uses them, so don't you complain.
No, it's fine. I just don't have. No. You're close though. You get a few pins set in place, but the wood doesn't seem to be a much stable thing that you can use repeatedly to do the same movement because it slowly
Fair enough.
bends and kind of snaps off.
Yep. No, that's fair. Um, RNG Jesus. Oh wait, that was only one roll. Sorry.
Yeah, that
Oh,
looks
there we
good.
go. 21.
Yeah, a few times over, you spent like 45 minutes by this point just snapping bolts in half, right? And just and you fiddle with your hands as the lock goes as it snaps open.
Thank fuck. Um,
You have dark
my
vision?
hairpin completely broke, if I remember
It
correctly.
snapped, yes. Skyrim style.
Yeah. I will go over to my dear colleague Blitz. Um, is he still unconscious?
He is slowly recovering from it. You see him kind of like sit down, and the chains kind of pull his arms up, right? And he's just like
Mm,
there, and his head is a little swaying, and you see his goggles are off, right? And you see these tiny eyes, and even they are weary.
right. Okay. Um, Oh. Okay, I'll try to wake him up. Actually, I have a really good idea.
A
Ooh.
medicine check.
Okay. Oh, for fuck's sake.
You've never been a good doctor.
I've also never been lucky.
No, a 5. Jeez, what is the final? Is it a 5?
That's 5, yeah.
Okay. You try to shake him, and it doesn't really help him as he starts like slightly vomiting.
Okay.
He's very
Um.
disoriented from being blind.
Yeah, and I still haven't had any rest, so I can't help him with that. Um. I would then use the improvised. Actually, okay. Actually, I have a question to you. This is a
Sure.
bit cheeky. Um. Do they count as tools to me?
No.
Okay. Uh, then I would use those improvised tools to, yeah, get get him out of the chains at least, even
Okay.
if it takes a while.
Okay. Same thing.
Okay. Do I still have disadvantage considering now
Well, you
I'm
don't
not
gain
changed
an
anymore?
advantage out of any
Fair
source, so
enough.
yes, you still have disadvantage.
And this actually in this case, I would pat him up first and see if I can find something that is tool related on him and under his head, because under his head he has a lot of stuff.
The potion is there under his hat, but as you lift
Oh
it up, you
shit!
hear it
Yeah.
goo goo back and forth. But there's this lid on it, and you never found out how to open it. But yes, I can
Yeah.
tell you what you find on him.
Yes,
Investigation,
please.
please.
Come on, don't fuck me over. Not 10.
Okay, some things you know that he has and you would find is a dart, a magnifying glass,
Mm-hmm.
and a battery-driven torch.
I think he has a rope under his head as well, if I remember correctly.
Yes, but he took it out and hid it somewhere on his body, probably, or in the bag he was carrying that is not on him
Alright,
for the potion.
let's see.
For a guy that
Okay.
obeys the law, he definitely smuggled a bunch of shit into the prison.
Yeah, that's him, as he lives and breathes. Okay, in this case, I would actually use the dart then as support, or darts then as support for lockpicking, because they're metal, which will be way easier to manage than wood.
Okay, so use the dart as a lockpick.
Yeah.
And it's a straight roll. Just sleight of hand. But it's straight. Ugh.
13.
Nope.
The good thing is my skills are so high that I can't badly fail that they get destroyed, but it's just
You can on a nat 1.
Yeah. Alright, may I try again?
Sure.
There we go, 20.
After some few tries, the lock springs open, and you hear the latch snap.
The latch?
Yeah, the latch of the lock. It's a
Right.
top bow lock.
I thought you mean like that underneath the floor where suddenly latch opens and we
No.
fall into it. I was like, you gotta be fucking shitting me.
No, but you hear footsteps outside.
I put the things onto him ever so that it looks like I don't lock them. They're on him, but I don't lock them, so he can undo them.
That would be deception.
Okay.
Let's see how real it looks.
I mean, I basically just close them. I don't.
Yeah.
If they're not locked, they're not locked, but they're just closed.
Yeah. Let's see how hard it's to figure out the seat behind it.
Yeah, but there's nothing I can fuck up.
Yes. You can place it in a very inconvenient spot or very openly visible.
Okay. Thank God. 13.
Yeah. You don't really spot it unless you look really closely.
Okay, I take the potion with me and then put my. Actually, no, fuck it. I don't have enough time. I'll go back and do the same to myself.
Okay, another deception check for yourself.
I can't just basically place them at the same area where I did with him, can I?
You're smaller.
Basically comes down to the same.
Yeah, but you almost do the same. Yeah, you're smaller. It's not really the same space and all that jazz. But
Okay.
yeah, you kind of hold like your hands like next, like really close to the lock, so it like covers it a little bit up as well.
Okay.
As you hear the door with the key opens, the guy comes back in. He looks at Blitz, kind of like shakes his, like looks at his face left and right, and he has a paper and a pen in hand, right? And he writes down a bunch of things.
Does he still look bloodied?
No.
Of course not.
Yeah, you've been out for 8 hours. He had a rest. Still see some scrapes. He's not full.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, yeah.
But yeah, you see him almost investigating him, what he is. Kind of noting down, almost like a bullet list.
Okay.
He puts a check mark on one of the things. And he goes over to you. Do you want to play unconscious?
I keep my eyes like half open, like in a bit.
Droopy.
Yeah.
Okay, that is also a deception check.
Fucking knew it.
Yeah.
Should have kept my mouth fucking shut. Yeah. No.
He would notice it, but it's like you're in a bad, like, are you still bloodied?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you look worse off, so it's just like,
Oddly enough, I'm
Yeah.
perfectly bloodied. I'm literally just under half.
okay, yeah, you look bloodied enough to still be semi-conscious and a little bit drowsy. So yeah, he looks at you and he pokes like at your ribs and notes down a few things.
Okay.
He mumbles things in Elvish.
May I roll another investigation?
Insight.
I thought it was investigation always.
It's almost a kind of curiosity.
Just 6.
Okay, it's almost this kind of curiosity in his voice.
Okay. Fair enough.
As he notes down a few things and like walks up and forth and looks at the like weirdly crafted items that Blitz has, like that metallic dart that's just made from one piece and has no working spurs on it apart from like the senses of combat. It's like a little bit worn. And he notes down some other things.
FYI, just because I'm absolutely mental. Did he take away my tools? I just realized, because I actually do have tools.
Let me see. Let me see what tools they are.
Thievery
Tinkle's
tools and tinker tools.
thief tools, definitely,
Yeah.
apart from the hairpin.
Okay.
I mean, Tinker's tools would contain things like a hammer or something, probably. And screwdrivers, all
Could,
that
yeah.
jazz. Yeah, so they're sharp and they're like decently heavy, so they would take them.
Motherfucker.
The shield, the hand axe, the mace, the bolts, the clothing is still on you, but apart from that, you're limited. Still have
Okay.
to spell story ring
Yeah, luckily that counts as a
as a wearable.
accessory.
Yeah, as an access, like jewelry.
Yeah.
Like, what if that's like, come on, what if that's the ring of his wife, I can
I don't
murder,
feel
I can
that
stab him in the street. That's fine, but if he's married, I'm touching his ring, he probably will come back for me.
Yeah, this guy has a weird conscience.
Yeah, it's a thing that happens like in a lot of people's minds. But going also to, like he has like one of your screwdrivers in hand and looks at a bunch of things and takes a bunch of notes.
Okay. Well, I'm like, this isn't yours.
Uh, it no, it is. He points at you, but he blinks and he like blanks out for a solid half second, and he says, "Interesting." And he puts it away in his pocket.
Mm, I'll just growl.
He speaks Elvish and goes back to one of the side rooms, and you hear some other footsteps going on there as the door closes.
Okay, in terms of like a second person or
Like, yeah.
okay.
As you're more awake now, and you're kind of playing unconscious, you had time to like concentrate on it.
Okay. I have a question. Oh wait, no, I can't. Never mind, it doesn't work. Okay. After I feel like the person's gone, or it's fine. I undo the shackles again, go over to Blitz and try to wake him up again. Be like, come on, man, come on, come on.
A
Give him
medicine
this
check. He has
small,
a bunch
small
of
snap.
yeah. He has a bunch of vomit in his beak, and it's not doing him any favor in breathing.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Oh, at least it's not a 1.
Yeah. You try to like shake him
What's wrong with
awake.
my rolls? I mean, literally, have a look at them. I'm not even kidding.
5, 3, 4, 11, 13, 12, 2, 6, and 2.
Yeah, I mean, what the fuck?
Unlucky. But yeah,
Okay,
you
in this case, I'll have a check at the potion in the head and see if I can unlock it.
yeah, but you shake him awake, right? And you see
Well,
a
I
bunch
try
of
to.
yeah, you try to shake him awake. It doesn't really work, but the shaking doesn't make his vomiting better, and I need a dexterity saving throw. I guess you have
Check.
Superman reflexes.
Hey, I might be beaten, I might be stabbed, I might be missing a leg, but I will not be thrown up on.
You take cleanliness to a different level. As you on your one leg hobble to the side, right, and you like
Yeah.
you brush your back to the wall as you see this almost beam of liquid go just throughout, right, and some of them
Yeah.
it like hits the wall and droops on the floor. You see this
Yeah.
streak of vomit on the ground.
Yeah. Okay. Well, actually, well, I see this as a good thing, because that means his beak is empty now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will check the potion with Arcana first. to see if that might
You
be
you need
much
to
luck.
open the hat. So you pull
Okay.
up the hat from him, right? And you don't really know how to open it. So I need an investigation check.
He showed it to me.
Well, he showed the content to you. He never showed how to open it. It's kind of a magic trick hat
Okay.
type deal.
12.
That's an ordinary hat. It feels a lot heavier, and you hear liquid going on in it.
Yeah, but I know that.
You know it opens. That's about it.
Uh,
He
if you
doesn't
really
know
know it
everything about
opens,
how your things work.
I will. Uh, can I choose to approach it with a different method?
Sure.
Okay.
Last time you've been kind of caressing your finger over it and trying to find like a button or a switch.
Yeah. This time I'm looking for if there's like a slab that can be can be opened, and that's how he hid it inside.
Okay, you kind of look all over and you know it opens from the bottom, right? You've seen that.
Yes.
So you look at it and it's like a flush one piece of cloth. There's no like latch on it.
Uh, maybe there isn't a latch, but rather that the mechanism is behind it. Maybe with his feathers or like a knife, one would be able to push it in between it and open mechanism.
Roll me a sleight of hand check.
That's better.
What do you
15.
use for it?
Oh no, this is what I would be investigating.
Okay, you kind of like. Okay, but how do you do so?
I would need to find a space within the head that is big enough to let a feather or a dagger pass through.
Mm-hmm. But do you
It,
use a dagger or feather?
no.
Okay, so you look all throughout and you see this tiny groove on the bottom side,
Mm,
and it seems to be a tiny bit more worn out there.
okay.
You can roll me an investigation check.
Oh, thank God. 18.
You realize he uses his talons to do so. He probably like puts it like in between the fibers as they're very pointy and probably clicks something like beneath the clothing without disturbing it too much.
Okay. I would be taking his arm, so I can use one of his feathers to basically do the same trick.
Okay, a sleight of hand check with advantage.
Wow, can't remember the last time I used advantage. Net 20.
Yeah, you take one of his talons, right? And you kind of twiddle it in between, and you hear this like click, and then you hear this as you
And,
see this
and make
zipper.
sure it doesn't drop on the floor or anything. Just
No,
FYI before you.
you have to latch upwards. So
Yeah.
you hear this as you see, the button has like a spring on it, and then
Mm,
there's this zipper pointing out of it. And with a
alright.
like covering hand motion, and you realize how he does it, kind of his feathers covering the zipper, he opens it up.
Ah, that's pretty smart. Hmm. Maybe I should get one myself. Actually, that would be a pretty good idea anyway. Um, maybe something for the tailor to do.
But yeah, you can open it now.
By the way, you said, just as a reconfirmation, you said he took everything that is basically my weapons and my tools in the end.
Correct.
Okay, that's the only
He
thing he took.
he didn't see the hairpin in your hair
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm
because
just
it's
asking because down the line, maybe I'll ask for something else, and then I'm like, hey, wait, you said only this. That's why
Mhm.
I clarified. Um, okay, now in this case, I take out the potion and I investigate how I can open it.
Well, you pull on the zipper as you
No, the
open the
potion.
latch. The potion,
Ah, yeah, yeah.
it has a cork in it.
Ah, okay. I'll try to remove the cork.
Do you have a cork puller?
Teeth, I guess.
Sure, athletics check.
Actually, no, I have a better idea. What I will do is I will take the name bolts that I have splitted before.
Yeah.
I push them through the top part of the cork and then use that as a leverage to pull on it.
Through the cork.
Yeah, the idea is that the problem with the cork is you can't really grab it properly, right? Because it's only a little bit at the top.
Yeah.
So my idea is that if I push the wood through the cork where it looks
Like top down,
solid on the
like
top.
spiking into it?
No, sideways.
Okay, but there's not enough cork on the top layer to do so.
Well, I don't know that. Okay.
You
fair
can
enough.
roll me an investigation check.
Okay.
What would a smart person do?
Hey, to be fair, that was already a pretty smart idea.
Yeah.
So pressure.
It's like a wine bottle. It's in it, right?
Yeah. Okay. I didn't think they were advanced enough because for that you need a specific machinery to do it.
A strong guy and a stick.
No, actually, genuinely, it's you need quite a bit more, but it doesn't matter. Let me think.
Or it could be fitted by magic.
Oh, heat. Because cork reacts to heat.
It does.
I would take 2 of the bolts already more or less destroyed. Use a firebolt on them, low key, to basically put the shit on fire, and then use it to heat up the top part of the bottle where the cork is, not where the potion is. That should create the cork to expand because of the water inside and then pop out.
Okay, yeah, you heat up the bottle.
And
I
it's
need
glass, so
the glass, yeah, the top
yeah.
part of the bottle.
And I
I need a
would
stealth check.
use stealth to
Yeah,
for the cast.
firebolt is not a silent spell.
That's fair enough. That's 12.
Need to roll a perception check.
If he knows we're there,
Yeah.
that would make a bit of a rustle.
You are a lucky man.
Oh,
As the cork
Okay.
expands, you hear this very tiny going off as the cork slowly floops out of it. There's some pressure going in from inside of it. It's like sparkly water. You cover it with your hand fast enough so it's not too loud after the pop,
Okay.
and nobody seems to notice, as there's
thank
voices
God.
in the other room.
Okay. I will tell them, Blitz, please drink this. And I put his head slightly backwards and I just drip it slowly into him. Not in one go, but so his reflex would automatically swallow it.
Medicine check and advantage.
I believe you can feed it to someone unconsciously without a check.
If he's conscious and willing to drink, yes. Administering a potion to an unconscious being?
Okay, 9.
That will do. That will do.
Of...
The only thing I didn't want to see is like a nat one and him choking at it.
Okay, fair enough.
Like you can still fuck it up, but you need to do really stupidly badly at it. Like you would need to like shove the potion down his throat.
Okay.
But yeah, no, drip by drip and little sips, that'll work. You basically fill up like his beak a little bit and then you close it with your hand and pull his like think about slot machine upwards. As it slowly goes down, there's no other option to drink it, else his breathing reflex would stop. So
Exactly.
yeah.
So it's 44 plus 4?
His con modifier.
Huh?
Instead of the flat modifier, it's I have it on the Google spreadsheet, but it's 44 plus his Constitution modifier, which would in this case be, let me see,
1. No, 0, I think.
0. 44.
What kind of... Okay, so it's 12, and I use one of my last healing spells from the ring.
Okay.
Another plus 7, so 19.
Plus 7, you said. Okay. 19 total. Yeah, he slowly recovers. As you hear slight coughing.
From where?
from Blitz.
Oh, okay. Don't scare the fuck out of me. I was like, oh, apparently I missed someone else in this room. Okay, like, shh. He's outside. We got caught. We need to find a way to get out.
Okay, let me roll a stealth
You
check for
have-
this man.
Hmm?
Let me roll a stealth check for that man. Yes. He looks up at you and he says, "My voice doesn't really work silently."
Okay, fine. Don't worry, let me talk. I have an idea. Do you have any tools on you?
He pats himself and looks throughout his own equipment.
But sorry, I had to access your head to give you the potion.
He nods. He uses his returning weapon trait to pull out the dagger from his equipment, as it just like think about it like an electromagnet with a button in his hand, as it just clicks in his hand. It's not too loud. He looks throughout. He gets out the flashlight, right? It's just like not pushing that button. That's loud. Pulling out the rope, like, and you see basically where his collarbones sit, right? He pulls down his shirt a little bit, and it's just like rope hanging from it. Like it makes his shoulders look stupendously broad, even though he's not really the strength kind of person. Like he looks like he has chunky neck.
Nice.
And he pulls out his like magnifying glass and he sees his cane is gone and he like pats his clothing and shakes a little bit. He shrugs.
Yeah, he took all of our weapons and tools.
He wants to crack like his talons and knuckles, but he's just like maybe
Probably not a
that's
good
loud. Yeah. But he makes like an air punch.
Yeah, fair enough. Do I see any windows in this room?
No. Not by the location, there's not. You just feel the only air that comes in comes like it's very stale air, and it only comes throughout the bottom part of the door where you see like light catching through.
Ooh, I have an interesting idea. The shackles are fixed at the wall, right?
Yes, they're hooked into the wall.
And the entry is
There.
here, and here's here's shackles, right?
Yes.
Right next to it.
That will be at the door here.
Yeah. Would the shackles be long enough to, if someone were to come through the door, to put shackles on him?
Well, if you bait them close enough, they have this limit range. And he probably has a key on himself.
Here.
Yeah, you were there.
No.
You know they only work within these 5 feet, so if you bait them in close enough, then you can probably do it.
How about if I don't do it, but an unseen servant, because it's a ritual, so I can cast it as a ritual?
Well, it's gonna be a post check of sorts, probably.
Yeah, but to be fair, he's not expecting an invisible person. Actually, when he stands next to me, then he can't oppose what he's not aware of.
Well, if he's not aware of it. Something's floating is visible.
Yeah, true. But if he stands here, let's say, and I'm here, and literally my unseen servant basically just puts the shackles on him because they're lying on the floor there.
The problem with shackles is you can only shackle a creature that's either prone or stunned and all that jazz. So you probably need to, like, put some status effects on them. Else they get an opposed check. That's how that works. Else I could just, walk up with any guy and just handcuff you in the middle of the street. Yeah. You see where that problem comes in, right? If I allow that.
You're making this real difficult for me, you know that.
It's you're making a prison break.
Okay, I look at the surrounding. Do I feel that the roof has any particular weak area?
You feel the stone, and you can roll me an investigation check, and you look at the roof.
Do I get an advantage because of my is it trait?
Oh yeah, you have is that infrastructure one?
Correct.
Yeah, you get advantage.
Hallelujah.
It's such a good thing. Fuck yeah.
Net 20.
You know you're in the basement. It's decently cold and the air is slightly moist, and that's
I don't.
traits they don't really come into play unless you're like at least like
Okay.
5 or like 1 to 6 feet or deeper.
I don't assume that there are any weaknesses within the walls that could be leveraged.
Not without explosives.
Okay, I was thinking that
And I'm
might be the
thinking
case.
fireball explosives.
Okay, fair enough.
Where's plastic
wait.
explosive when you need it?
Okay, I was just like, Blitz, we need to think about what to do. We're in a basement. We can't get out unless the door, and we're both too weak to take care of him. And I think he might not be alone. Could you listen at the door and see if you can figure out who else is there?
He
Or if
nods.
there's more than one person. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Let me roll a perception check. SM. He points out 2, 3, 2, 3, like
Yeah,
in between.
he can't. Yeah. Fuck. I still have 2 spells of sanctuary stored on the ring, but that's literally it. I don't have anything else. It's a good spell, but it ain't gonna save my fucking ass.
Well, depends on if it's enough to peel you from enough attacks for you when the door opens just to run out. If they roll horrible saves, that might do it. Also, when do key points reset? Is it short rest?
I don't know.
So. Let me look at it. Short or long rest? Yeah, so he would have his key points back. Blitz would have his key points back.
Okay. Then we can work with that. Ooh, I have a question. What happens if someone runs into an unseen servant?
They are impassable, so they're like like think about a ghost or a spirit. They're not you can just walk through them.
You can. Okay.
Yeah, you can. They're not physical. They only become physical to do a specific action. Like let's say you tell them to hurl a bucket, then only their hand would become semi-physical to carry the bucket, and then they would go into this almost ghost or spirit-like state.
Okay. Do you think we should try to just run? I mean, they don't try to kill us.
He looks at you, and he said his voice is not good for silence.
Yeah, he could just nod or say no or
He
shake head.
shrugs. He shrugs. Just like.
Okay. Okay. Just to be safe, I'll take some of the bolts I more or less destroyed, put them 2 under each of the shackles, make them with his dagger a little bit sharp, just so I can actually use them in case we get locked up here again. Because they will check us for stuff, but they might not necessarily like see the 2 small bolts that are laying on the floor in the corner, Okay. I can cast Sanctuary of both of us. That might dismay them. And the unseen servant can distract them. Actually,
He nods.
Okay. Let's try that. So I ritual summon the unseen servant.
Okay. You hear footsteps.
Alright. Like, oh, coming. Let's Let's put the shackles back on.
He nods.
And yeah, go back to my place and put the shackles back on.
Okay, both of you roll me a deception check.
Can I use the last roll? Because I literally place him at the same place on myself.
Okay, roll with advantage.
Because I know with my luck, I'm gonna get fucked over otherwise. 14.
Blitz gets a 13.
Okay,
So
so
yeah.
he's literally stays exactly the same, and
Yeah,
I
he didn't
have
move.
kept him slightly better. Oh yeah, good point. He didn't move.
But the guy comes back in.
Yeah.
Blitz just closes his eyes and just
Ooh.
stays still.
I have a mental. As he opens the door, I give a mental command to the unseen servant that he should look into the other room.
Can you see through an unseen servant's eyes?
No, I cannot, but he can communicate back to me what he sees. I can't see through his eyes, but he can tell me, I think.
Let me see. Because I don't think it can speak.
Yeah,
It's
but
an
I can...
invisible, mindless, and shapeless form that performs simple tasks. Bonus action, you can mentally command. Servant performs simple tasks human servant would do, such as fetching things, cleaning, mending, and folding clothes, lighting fire, serving food, and pouring wine. Once you use the command, the servant performs a task until it complete, awaits your next command. It doesn't say it can speak though, and none of the tasks require it.
Oh, okay, then actually I have a better idea. I don't need to see him to give him commands, right?
No.
Alright, so I tell him to go into the other room and stay in the corner, out of the way of people.
Okay, so you should just go in there and hide.
Basically.
Okay, yeah, that happens. As you see this like faint glistening pass through this guy, and he seems unaware of it. He looks at Blitz and puts some more notes down, and you get a glimpse at them for a moment. You can roll a perception check.
I'm rolling a lot today. Yeah, no.
You see it, but you probably need to like think about it like later in front of a translation book to see, because it's in Elvish.
Okay.
Like what it meant. But yeah, you would also see Blitz gonna try to shackle his ass. He will try to put the shackles from himself to him with an opposed sleight of hand. And he's gonna use Kenkur's recall to gain advantage.
Okay.
Because he has a trained in sleight of hand.
Well. Yeah,
It's
okay,
a
I guess.
19 against. It's a success. Guy's shackled.
On that moment, I tell the unseen servant to close the door.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, you see the door shut behind him. Everybody roll initiative. He's counting as surprise, and that was your surprise round.
Yeah, but that was my bonus action. That means I still have an action and a movement.
No, surprise round is exactly one action of any kind. For him, it's to shackle him. For you, it's the command to close the door, which is both in both cases free.
I genuinely don't know if that was a good idea of him or not. 7.
Okay. Blitz rolled a 16. Bad guy rolled a 17, and you rolled a 7. Stranger, 17. Blitz, 16, and you rolled a 4. Right?
7.
A 7. Okay. Yeah. The guy is going to try to pull a key and unlock the door. Unlock the shackles.
Okay, but the key isn't equipped, so he takes an action.
It's in his it's an action to do so.
Take it out. Oh, okay, that's good. That's not enough to then unlock the locks as well. Whew.
Nope.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
He's going to quicken spellcast though. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see. Let me see something real quick. Yep, he's gonna cast Quickened Darkness on himself.
Okay, literally makes no difference because he's blind anyway.
Nope, he's not. Blitz is not
Okay.
blind, and
Oh.
the guy can see through it. As you
Yeah,
see
yeah.
a faint pair of this almost azure blue glowing eyes as the entire room gets completely blacked out. That's his turn. Blitz gonna beat him up at disadvantage.
Okay, yeah.
Let's see. Where's Blitz? There. That hits. That's max damage. And let's see what else he can do. Ooh, Step of the Wind. He's going to use the dash action and dash through the door.
That's probably a wise choice.
Yeah, because now he has 80 feet of movement speed he can work with, and I don't think your Unseen Servant is stopping a full speed blitz.
No.
No. He's gonna get his ass knocked on the floor. As you see this shining light inside, you hear a ruckus of two other creatures. Two guys, to be exact. Which would be you and you. Let me draw the room.
I mean, I assume they're surprised.
Oh, yeah, they are. And he uses 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and gonna try to
Still
dash
has
through the
40.
door. Yeah, he still has 40, so he has a bunch of momentum, right, as he bolts around the corner, and the bad guy gets no, yeah, he gets an unarmed strike at opportunity attack. I would allow that with a kick.
Yeah, fair enough.
Um,
I mean, if his health pool probably should make a difference anyway.
unarmed strike advantage.
Advantage?
Yeah, because Blitz is blind and he's not.
Oh.
21. Yeah, that hits. Blitz take
Yeah.
1 bludgeoning damage as he gets a very bad kick in the back. That's still a damage. 1 damage can make or break it. Blitz athletics to bash through the door.
Come on.
19, baby. You hear wooden splinters as you hear somewhere in the back rooms. You hear.
Nice.
As you hear some wooden frame breaks, and you hear Blitz still goes prone, but the door completely breaks out of its hinges as you hear this in the back room.
My
That's
turn, I guess?
yeah, that's Blitz's turn over.
Okay, so bonus action Sanctuary on myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll use double movement, so my action and
Dash.
movement action. Yeah.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
5, 10,
6.
15, 20, 25, 30. Yes.
So I still got. Let me check. Oh shit.
So yeah, there's a stairs going up here.
Okay.
There.
Yeah, I don't have a second guidance. Second bonus action, so I can't do that.
That's decent stairs for
Yeah.
2D.
But I got another 30, then I can run, I guess.
Yeah, you see Blitz prone on the ground. you still have your action currently. You didn't dash yet, so you just used your movement speed to get here.
Yeah, but the thing is, I might be able to do a thing on him, like sanction, but it's probably not gonna make much of a difference. Or I can try to get at least one of our asses out of here.
Yeah, you can also use your action to pick up him, because you know standing up is an action.
I feel like I will really regret it. Fine, he's my friend. I would do it. Yeah, I use my action to get him up.
Okay, you pull him like from being prone on the stairs backwards on the the collar and his clothing, tear him upwards. You realize you don't have your gear. It's probably like in the drawers in this room.
Dude,
Because
I don't give
there's
a fuck about my gear.
Okay.
Like, at this point, the gear is like few
Blitz,
coins,
my
whatever.
cane.
Yeah, no, fair enough. But to be fair, between our lives and the cane, I'll take our lives.
True. Okay, so is that your turnover?
Yeah, there's no, I already did a bonus action.
Okay, the stranger, you hear the shackles fall to the ground.
Yeah, he takes action to unlock it, and then probably
5, 10.
moves over.
Okay, he already used one of his sorcery points. That was actually his last one, so unless he has a bonus action spell. Action in general.
I don't think there's a bonus action attack spell, so.
No, but he can Hexblade's curse you.
That's fine, doesn't matter.
The other ones also roll initiative.
Yeah. I don't assume you're gonna be nice and say, okay, this is the surprise round now for them.
Nope. One guy is a base bandit stat block, the other one is not a base stat block.
I honestly just hope none of them has a higher thingy than Blitz has.
It's a 12
That's... Okay.
and a 17. So.
Ah, fuck. I hope that's a normal bandit who has a 17.
Yes.
Thank God.
Bandit guy with a 17. And Blitz, and then Scissor guy.
Yeah.
With a. What did I roll here?
Because the way I imagine this going at the moment is that Blitz is basically gonna pick me up and then use a key point and dash another 80. That's what I'm hoping is going to happen.
Well, like mounting somebody, even if it's him picking you up as an action.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Or half of your movement speed by choice.
Yeah, but he can use as an action, then use key and has the double movement speed again.
Okay. Yeah. That's a good idea. Let's see what Blitz comes up with. Blitz is a smart boy full of adrenaline. He as he's as the bandit guy basically like gets up, right? And
oh, he was sitting, that's good.
Yeah, he was sitting, so half movement speed, he doesn't get really far. So what does the bandit stat block has for movement speed? 30 feet? Yes. Yeah. So 10, yeah, so 15, he still gets close to you.
Yeah, he's next to me, yeah.
He's gonna try to hit you with a scimitar.
But he used the second movement to get up there.
No, he stood up. He had half movement speed from sitting up. And then so worked 10.
5. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Yes. No,
10, right, 15, and then he's in.
Yeah. You're right.
14 to AC.
No.
Lucky. as you see him basically thrust his blade forward. You take a step back, right, and you like hug the side of the wall, and you see the like flat blade of the scimitar pass by your eyes and nose. You can see your reflection of your eyes in it.
I have a question. Does this
Yes.
count as a second encounter?
No, it's the same one.
Fuck. Okay.
But yeah, Blitz looks up the stairs, sees a door, and he's gonna use his action to open the fucking door.
Okay.
Let's see if it's locked.
Why would they lock themselves in?
Correct. It's not. So he opens the door, and it's like a square room that almost looks like a broom room. And you see him look at you, and he's like, I can't really, have you getting beaten up if you don't get out. So he's basically just standing there menacingly, holding his dart in his hands because he doesn't have any ranged options.
Wait, does opening a door? I thought it counts as a bonus action.
No, it's an object interaction.
I'm dead.
No, it's not you.
Dead.
Yeah.
Is it gonna come back to me after you've done the double down or?
Yeah, sure. You and Shehu still.
Oh, so it's gonna.
Yeah, I just want to finish this up because he needs to like go to sleep soon. That's why.
I should already be in bed. But
Yes, but we want this finished up before you do so.
Okay.
So yeah, he's standing there menacingly, pulling his dart out, kind of holding it like think about anime like dagger drop into the hand.
I need to be really fucking lucky now.
Yup. So Blitz is over. The guy with the yellow scissors, right? He was like leaning towards the wall, and you need to roll me in a post acrobatics. He's gonna tumble into your way. He's gonna pass through your.
Okay.
It's a tumble check. It's acrobatics or athletics of your choice.
11.
Okay, let's see what he uses. Oh, for sure, acrobatics. I should roll those openly again. Where do I do this? Oh yeah, in the extension options, and then default channel. Shit. Fuck. Sorry. Secret. Long journey home. Secret. Fucking Christ.
Just roll it, mate. It's fine.
Yeah, but I want to roll openly because who knows this guy? Doesn't make him a much better, fun person.
I was about to say that doesn't necessarily mean
Yeah,
he's a great
yeah.
person. Yeah, I know.
Guys,
Dude, unless he rolls a 1, he would have won.
Yeah, I was like, okay, who's there? And I rolled, and it's just like, oh, not that guy. Come on, fuck. As he passes by you, he stands in the stairs, right? And he pulls out a set of scissors. And they are like whitened glow. And it's his Kensei weapon. He's gonna flurry of blow you with that. As he rolls a wisdom saving throw.
This character is just fortunate to die, isn't it? Like, seriously.
You need to get past him, and that's one of the reasons why he was like, I can't. He's like, Blitz is not gonna like just run out without you being out because he sees like two people right in your face and the caster like behind. He sees this going south.
He needs to make a wisdom check.
Yes, to attack first. Yes. It's a DC.
He failed.
That's the first one. Then he's going to.
No, it's the whole attack.
No, for every attack roll. Flurry of blows is 2 attacks. So
it says the attack in the
yes,
description.
the attack roll. So he also chooses to then attack Blitz.
Okay. Until the spell ends, any creature who targets the water creature with an attack.
Yes, an attack. So per you need to roll save each attack roll. So if you shoot Eldritch Blast with 4 blasts, you need to roll 4 saves for each blast. And he can choose to then choose a different target, which would be Blitz
that's
for that
true.
attack roll. With Flurry of Blows, with the scissors. That hits. Fucking Christ, sneak it. That wasn't, I didn't want to use, he doesn't get advantage. He doesn't, it's only 7.
Okay, thank fuck. I was about to cry.
And the second one, second save for you. Wisdom. Also failed, so he also will attack Blitz.
Now I feel kind of bad for Blitz.
That's a crit.
Oh, you got it. Yeah, okay. Blitz is down, so that they don't. They'll probably don't need the full roll for that.
Piercing damage 5, critical voicings 8. And let's see what else comes into this.
30 damage total.
No, that's. Oh yeah, it's a crit, so yeah, he goes down.
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah, else he would need to roll a stunning strike save anyway. Wait, it's 5-7. No, he doesn't get sneak attack because he doesn't have advantage or an ally within 5 feet. So it's only 8 damage. He's not out, but Blitz needs to roll a con save for the stunning strike. Which he fails. So yeah, he has the stun condition.
Mm-hmm.
But that's his turn. It's yours.
I can't pass him by even though I'm considered small, right?
It's a tumble check if it's an if it's a non if it's a hostile creature.
Even if there's this one size level difference?
Yes, unless you are a halfling. They can do it.
Okay.
They can do it, but then even then it's difficult terrain.
Yeah.
Because then they slide underneath the legs, but you're not gifted with that kind of agility. Even though you're small.
Okay. As a bonus action,
Yes.
I tell the unseen servant to pull down Mr. Scissors' pants as a distraction.
So it's the help action. Yes. To pull on his belt.
There you go.
Yes, you.
And I will try to pass him by.
Okay, roll acrobatics with advantage, and he rolls straight.
I'd
Because it's
rather
a help
have it
action.
be
Gives,
those. I'd rather give
that's
him
not how help
disadvantage.
action. That's not how help action works.
Okay.
You get advantage.
Are you? No, fuck off, game. Like that's just.
Nope.
It doesn't unless he rolls a nat 1. Yeah.
Yeah, no. You
That's,
rolled a 2. There's nothing. Nat 1 and 2. There's nothing.
okay.
No amounts of strategy can save you from that roll.
No. Okay, I'll say it. Alright. We give up. Alright, I give up. Let's go.
The bandit looking guy is gonna grapple you. Like, think about
Yeah.
like football tackle grapple.
Yeah, I don't resist it.
Your shoulders go like from this like fighting stance, hugging the wall, go to this like limp and just like hands outwards as you feel this thud as you impact the ground. As the guy drags you backwards. He mumbles some things in like thieves' cant.
Yeah, I don't understand Feast can't.
Yes. Puts you back in shackles. You, as you get dragged back, you see like Blitz looks like really defiant to the other guy with scissors, seeing you giving up, and he's just like his face just like ah, and his hands slowly go like upwards, like in his face. And they think about they having already a mental grappling match because they're two monks.
Yeah.
They already think about how to grapple the other one, right? But like there's this flinching hand movement as you get drug across the floor from Blitz, and the guy takes a step forwards, and the blade goes like right under his beak and kind of like pushes it upwards, and he's just like, okay. Kind of driven into the corner. Yeah, you make your way back into the cell. They're gonna filth you for all of your items.
Yeah. I mean, he's gonna. I mean, basically on me, they basically just find the bolts.
Yeah, they're gonna
Not really
strip you
sure.
of all items apart clothing, including your rings and commodities.
Why the ring? That makes no sense.
Everything. You managed to somehow break out with the stuff you had on yourself, so you can't have it. Whatever it is, trickery you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they take like apart from your clothing, your entire inventory. They seem to be not too pissed about it. They they seem fairly odd of a combination of people, like a drow, some guy with like it definitely seemed like a magical weapon. The scissors.
While I'm being dragged into the ballroom, at least tell us why you're keeping us here.
The guy that puts you back in the cuffs, right? He looks at you, like he still has the scimitar in one hand, drags you with the other. He sheathes it with one hand, right? And he says, "None of your business, all of ours." He like has this like really cringy smile on his face. You
I
can roll
look
me
at
an
him.
insight or investigation.
I look at him in absolute fucking disbelief about the stupidity of that sentence. 10. No, 11.
Okay, you realize they're either smuggling people or like they're selling people, kind of almost like this. Anything
Yeah,
else
I
wouldn't really
figured.
make sense for a prison cell to be like
Yeah,
underground.
I was pretty much expecting that.
As
Um,
he was noting down things about Blitz and you, something about rarer races, maybe.
hmm,
Depending on if somebody actually just buys you out, there might be this possibility of you just getting free, depending who finds you. But
honestly, it's so annoying to get in this kind of situation
oh yeah,
just because of bad luck roll.
yeah,
That's
I get
just.
it. Apart from that, they leave you alone, right? And the guy looks at you and he says, in like straight common, he opens a flat bag, right, like a pouch. He pulls out two like pieces of like a few days old bread, and throws both you and Blitz one.
Yeah.
You should eat and stop worrying about getting out of here.
No, don't provoke the prison guard. Don't. Um.
As he like literally just sits down at the end of the corridor.
Okay. I actually have a really good idea.
Okay.
I command the unseen servant
Mhm.
to go out to the guard post
How
and
much is
write.
the range? It's limited, I know that. 60 feet.
Okay. Okay, to go out to a guard.
That one is dead though. But yeah,
Yeah,
he could write it on his chest.
actually, it's not a bad idea. If there's a corpse of a guard there,
Somebody's gonna find it.
exactly. So he should use the blood of it
Yeah.
and write down
Written in
where
a
we
guard's
are.
blood, totally not ominous.
And yeah, basically write with everything. These were killed by 3 people in this building who are holding prisoners.
There's an illegal prisoner camp nearby. Send help.
Basically.
You can't really give a too close like description. You can just say nearby.
Why not?
Because of the sole reason you were unconscious when you got here.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, but it must be somewhere down here in the alley, to be honest.
Yeah, you
Like
only
that.
know that the unseen servant made it successful within
Okay.
60 feet. So there's a guard within 60 feet. You don't know the state of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that
No,
what.
in this case, I would command it to use the guard's body.
Yeah.
Because I know that guy has been killed. I remember when I was knocked out, I saw him underneath the force wall that
Yes.
he's basically pinned dead to the
Yeah.
wall.
Yeah. So yeah,
Um,
there's written on his blood on his chest piece. Send help.
Yeah.
I'm hidden nearby. G.
Prison, send help, prison camp in this alley.
Be aware.
Beware, 3 opponents strong.
Okay. Tactical advice.
Look, I mean, this is as far as I can go, and then I'll probably do a long rest, unless
Yeah.
they somehow start to move me with anything.
No. Not within the next 8 hours.
How nice are you going to be to me that the fucking cavalry comes in here?
Yeah, I mean, the cavalry, the guards are in a tough spot. I don't know about. Yeah, you've seen it being in a tough spot ever since the like raid and all the riots going on the first day. You can roll me an investigation to see how well in shape this military is in the first place.
Oh, I know it's in shit shape.
Yeah, it is.
Oh. Yeah,
You
25.
can rate every military strength from 1 to 10, right? From history books,
Yeah.
and you see the outposts here, and this place is going civil war as for
Yeah.
currently, as everything you've seen from being defined people and like these guys just being hidden here, right? I mean, they probably just stroll outside. They're normal citizen. Nobody suspects a
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Considering a guard was killed in this,
Alleyway,
I wouldn't.
yeah, but there's no ties to them yet.
Yeah, but that's why I'm
That's the
saying.
first one.
That's why I'm hoping that the writing will help with that. Let's say like this underground prison, cellar prison camp.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah. Actually, do you what? I sign it with Garrison, a rune maker.
Okay. Blitz, you see him like having the bread in his shackled hands, and he picks at it, right? And he hums, really happy song, and you know it as "Life is Good." Life is good.
Okay.
Life is good. And he's just like crying himself inside, you know it. It's just like from one prison cell to another. Not
Same
even
here.
led by the military. He despises everything of this.
When the prison guard isn't there, I want to check out behind me if the 2 chopsticks are still there.
Yeah, the broken bolts. Yeah, they're still there.
Yeah.
The fringed
Okay,
out
great.
ones. Yes.
Same with.
He has a
Blitz.
stool, right? And he's sleeping. He's probably he's going to sleep at some point, almost like you.
Okay. Yeah, actually, in this case, I mean, he's probably going to guard us now, and if we take the long rest, he's probably going to be asleep by the time the long rest finishes. Or we changed out either one or the other.
Yeah, he's outside of your shackle range to interact with him, though.
That's fine. That's fine.
Just,
Okay, I have a single roll, a single try to get these shickles undone again.
yes.
I just know the system will fuck me over, but screw it.
Sleight of hand.
Oh, actually, no. That's a 16.
That fails.
Badly enough that the chopsticks are unusable?
Roll me a D100. High or low before you roll it.
Let's go low.
Nope,
Yeah.
they're unusable. Just barely so.
Okay, I mean, the Blitz can try his, unless he wants, actually he probably wants me to use it. Yeah, Blitz can chuck his over to me.
Well, he has nothing on himself.
Yeah, no, I told you I put 2 of them under each of these points because I didn't know where they're gonna put us.
Yeah, but he can't reach the ones next to him.
No, but beneath him.
Oh yeah, beneath him. Yeah, he could try to
Yeah.
unshackle himself.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
couldn't throw them to you
Why not?
because his range is limited in his hands.
Okay. If I were to
I mean, he could
cast,
try.
you know what? I'm fucking mental. I should have cast guidance on myself. Actually, I might have woken them up.
But yeah,
fuck it. All right, let's should try.
you make like tactical hand signs pointing to his hands in the lock.
Come on, Blitz, please.
Kinku's recall, gaining advantage on an ability check. Let's go. 2 out of 3 uses. Sleight of hand, advantage. He's proficient in thief duels.
Oh, thank God.
He has a +3 to whatever he rolls now, and that shit's 18 +3.
Okay.
That works. He undoes them.
Yes. Okay. Awesome. Okay, then now we have 1, 2, 3 more lockpicks plus his available.
Yeah, he's gonna scourge them, and then
Yeah.
he looks at you, right? And he clicks the
Yeah.
lock back in.
Hey, Dad. I gotta go take a shower. I'll be back.
Yeah.
Um.
And he
Say
closes.
again.
He picks all of the lock picks up, hands you
Yeah.
1 set, and then
Yeah.
locks his lock back up.
Oh
Because
right, yeah, good
when
idea.
that guy,
In case he wakes up.
yeah, in case he wakes up, then him just having an opened lock is just gonna be not good. Because you probably know they're not gonna stay here for much too long. Maybe 1 or 2 are gonna leave. If you play compliant enough.
Oh, this man. Actually, you know what? I have rope trick. I just realized. That might actually work. Oh, dude, no, because it would be hilarious. Because it'd be like, wait, where the fuck are they? And we're just like in this extra dimensional space, and they don't know we're down here anymore. That might actually work.
Yeah.
But actually, it might be easier to take out the guard because.
Does it have material components?
Powder corn extract and a twisted loop of parchment.
Yeah, you need it.
Okay, fair enough. Anyway, I will try to unlock my.
Sleight of hand.
Okay, no. Oh, come on.
Roll me D100. The lockpicks are worn.
Okay. But does worn mean still usable or not usable?
Roll with disadvantage.
Okay.
Ooh. What is that final?
15 still.
Ah, no. Roll me another D100. Let's see how well the status of them are. No. They're dead.
Okay, I can use the. There we go, third one. Fucking hell. Still have 1 left, but
Yes.
third one does it. That's 25.
Yeah.
28. Sorry. Okay. I put him on me. I look over to him. I nod at my friend, and then nod at the guard.
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't know if someone is unconscious or asleep like he is.
Yes.
Can you tie him up?
You can. It requires probably a hell of a stealth check, though. Because, sometimes touching a person is enough to wake them up. Depending on how perceptive that guy is and how good you do it.
I would go over to Blitz and be like, we can use your rope to tie him up, and what's it? When you put something in his mouth?
He points at his shirt, right?
Yeah.
Because they took everything, including the rope. They
Wait, I
searched
thought his
you.
head counts as clothing.
The hat counts as clothing, yes, but the hat included the potion. His rope was
yeah, right.
around his neck and shoulders.
Yeah, never mind.
So that's
Sure.
sadly gone.
Okay, I point at the door and say, "Listen, if someone is outside."
He nods.
Yeah, no, leave it. Yep.
You hear him very faintly say, right? The Fians will only pull their anger towards us. We should wait for an opportunity.
Fine. Yeah, we go back to the chains.
Okay. Yeah, he's still locked up, Blitz. So he's just eating his like last crumbs of bread, and he's basically meditating, trying to get his key points back.
We basically had a long rest now.
Yeah.
So you should have back, right?
He recovers 0 hit points and recovers his key points and his class features, all that jazz.
Okay. I got my spells back. I'm actually useful again. um.
I'm gonna be
Yeah,
right
in this
back.
case, yeah. You have any suggestions?
Yes.
Any advice?
Negotiations.
Yeah, but you can't negotiate. They want to sell me. There's no negotiate.
Oh no, I always talk to people before doing anything else.
That's a good way of solving things usually. Yes.
Yeah, usually. Um. Yeah, but the thing is, I'm a terrible talker.
Yeah, he has a horrible charisma.
My dumb stat. What do you want?
Yeah,
Same.
true. It's shows them stat as well. So
Yeah, true, but he also seldom talks his way out of things.
It's got persuasion, proficiency, and such.
Yeah, I don't.
yeah, skill choices, people.
Well, to be fair, it doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah, in this case, he and me will probably just wait and
Okay.
see if an opportunity arrives.
Okay. In the meanwhile, as William is in the shower, we're gonna jump over to Shahu.
Alright.
Yes, let me just prep where you end up at.
All right, I'll go to bed then.
That's fine. Have a good one.
Yeah. Send me some kind of grace, mate.
Oh yeah, yeah, it will come, in the force, in some kind of way.
I hope so.
It's not it's not good or bad things happening. It's just things happening. So
No, at the moment, bad
Every
things are happening.
no, everything is neutral until you're either dead or you're a god. Apart from that, everything is just a step on your way. You know, you can
Slavery.
only be grateful for so much freedom when you're behind bars sometimes. I'm very sorry. I don't force things, right? But it's just like this was a chance encounter roll and it turned out to all of this jazz. But you get a great insight into the criminality of this town.
Yeah, that's gonna fucking help me when I have nothing to do with it.
Yeah, just join their side.
Hey, that's an
I'm gonna
option.
be sold as a fucking slave. What do you mean join a side?
You get insight. You can tell them what you can do. Join them. Become evil.
If I sell my knowledge, that doesn't make me evil.
No, you become evil when you do criminal acts.
Actually, it depends on the reason of the act.
Correct.
For your own sake, evil acts.
No,
criminal
if
Are
I
acts.
if I
selfish.
no
Yes.
if I do it for my own survival, it's not inherently evil.
It is
Like
an
it's kind
evil
of
act
like
with a good intention,
yeah.
but
So that makes me
this
neutral,
has
but not evil.
limits.
Oh yeah,
Stealing,
yeah, yeah,
okay. Murder,
yeah, yeah. No, no,
Murder and trafficking.
I do agree with that.
Criminal activity.
Shehu, there's no evil. You don't know true evil. Cast fucking Dark Star. You don't know evil until you see the true destruction of one's soul. You see the guy back in prison that just disappeared in the void. Just you see a black plane and then just everything's gone, including the guy. You just looked into the eyes, just like, oh shit, that's gonna haunt me.
Murder is an evil. The disintegration of souls.
Congratulations, you did both that day.
Not sure what to say to that.
Apart from that, let me cue up the right music.
They asked for it.
They asked for it. They were defiant. They were the defiant ones.
Sure.
Couldn't
They were
help
the
myself.
guys with 10 archers against 1.
Hey, it's a numbers advantage. Don't play unfair. Cast ninth level spell. Just pull up the right ambience music for Shahoot.
Maybe if they want me before they shot.
Oh yeah, it's pleasant of time to stop.
They could have said,
They did. By rioting, you're disregarding the right to your own safety. That's what they said. That was the warning. You had the chance to lower your weapons and your spells at any time.
could have just let me go.
Yeah, I feel you. I can very much relate to that feeling.
They brought it upon themselves.
They or me?
Everyone.
My side.
Repeat. There we go.
Sounds like Halo.
But yeah. Shahu, roll me a perception check at disadvantage.
Sup. What commands?
At the second one?
14.
Okay. As you are drug in your well, you have your familiarities with being semi-conscious, like half of your life, pretty much. Chihu's just drifting from unconsciousness to unconsciousness. Life is a dream. Yes.
Dude.
You mastered your basically you're honing into this kind of eternal silence to listen beyond, right? So you hear some faint voices and imagery. You can roll me a religion check to see what you perceive in this ethereal space of your mind. As you can see beyond dark, that's not
So
outside of
I'm
the upper bit.
daydreaming lucidly.
Yes,
It's a
16. Okay, yeah. You feel this latent presence, and you hone at this florid symbols of blue and sun with spikes and crosses as you get drug across it upon the floor. You feel hands super warm. Like think about touching warm stone on a sunny day outside, like pavement. And you hear footsteps behind you. They're very faint as you feel two people left and right to you drag you into a place. You see a singular symbol that I did prepare, but I don't have copied.
I feel my limbs.
No, they feel cold and unresponsive. Give me a second. So you see this, and almost a colorful spectrum honed in front of your eyes. You would spot a faint symbol moving and splitting apart as you hear metal move and bend.
Is it in my vision or someplace?
Inner eye.
Okay.
Did you paste it twice? Bot commands for you to see right now, and then for history and Pixar NPCs. As you get drug into a place, you feel yourself solidify like never before. You feel less, well, loose. As you can roll me a religion or investigation check of your choice.
Any some religion?
Wait, where?
What comments?
Jesus Christ. You feel that your soul can't leave this place, even if you were to die.
I know that much, right?
Because you would know before, if you were to die, you would probably return to the Shadowfell. As you feel this, well, almost ethereal gravity laying upon every piece of your soul. Well, your vision kind of doesn't stretch further beyond this, as you feel the hands loosen and disappear. You are not even feeling ground, you feel like floating, as you have this kind of feeling for a few dozen hours before you start to well, regain your consciousness slowly but surely.
Where am I?
You have exactly 1 hit point,
Okay.
and for a moment in your inner eye, a cryptic, almost religious text with imagery unfolds for just a moment before it punts you back into reality, a well-lit room filled with warmth by sunlight. Throughout, you see clean marble-like walls, statues all throughout with creatures you've never seen or heard before. And, well, this almost infinite beam of light upwards that casts the sunlight below. You feel heavy, almost like under a slow spell. You hear footsteps going through the halls. The halls are completely empty, even though you hear footsteps all throughout. As you are kind of sitting leaned to the wall, you have your arms crossed on your belly, but there's no shackles.
Hey, I'm back.
Hello? Welcome back. I'm dead. Haha.
Do I need to be here for this?
Currently getting Shahu up to speed and then getting back to you.
Alright.
What do you do? Do you do anything?
Look towards the steps.
You are in this hunched over position and you bring yourself a little upright to look. I need a con save for actually seeing anything because it's so bright you're not used to this level.
Oops, that's wrong. Wrong, but con save, it's the same.
Okay, 15. Yeah, it's very blurry, but you see the outline of a person.
Are they heading towards me?
Uh, Towards you enough? Yes.
Alright. I look at the ground. Is there any patterns?
There are. There's a big centric pattern of a almost ginormous sun, an eye in the center.
Is it all just one color marble or what?
It's gold and white.
Mm-hmm.
This is what it is. I can send it to you. You hear ethereal voices echoing throughout the entirety of this place. But you see nobody but this girl.
Try to close my eyes, look in a direction, just I don't know. Think of a better place.
Why is this so bright? Why is this so loud? Who could build such heresy? Calling or and putting it in the center of a city. Why my realm just is at the end of the world.
I just try to recollect the things that have happened as I was getting dragged here.
Yeah, you kind of hone back into your into your memories.
It's like
A
I shut down and collapsed into the
history
floor.
check.
I'm specifically trying to remember what happened as I passed out,
As you pass that.
as the fight was still happening.
Okay. What kind are you looking out for?
The people that were like
present.
On the ground next to the commander and such. That came in later, maybe.
Yeah, you remember a guy in greenish robes, and let me look back at it. Blind, and apparently there. Oh, I cleaned it. Smart me. Well, it was the commander. Two guards in robes with long, elongated spears that you can roll me a religion check on at disadvantage. And um, well, this girl seemed to be not there. You would know those spears as almost holy or sacred weapons of the faith of Saloon. They are a
Alright.
weapon of guarding and war.
So, I don't remember seeing her before this place.
Mm, no.
Okay.
You do get a flashy imagery of a memory shard, though. You can roll me a D100 to see if you can access it. That's low enough to do so. Let me fetch the imagery real quick that unfolds in front of your eyes. Probably don't have it saved here. Give me a moment. I have it on my phone. Sorry. Fetching a billion pictures here. Oh, come on. I'm sorry that takes so long.
Somebody should name their pictures.
No, I lost all my notes, mate. What do you mean?
Somebody
I have
should
them saved all,
archive
but I need to
things.
refetch them and sort them back again. It's not that easy to do on 8,000 pictures. I can't assure I have a proper location.
Somebody should reduce their amount of pictures.
No! It'll break the experience.
Make a folder of now existent and may be needed.
That's what I'm doing, but I lost all of that. Can't tell you much different. It's around here somewhere. There! Not sure who's looming groom, but into the Pixar NPCs. There. This is the kind of imagery that unfolds in front of your eyes, right? As you pick up this almost mental connection between a being that is not you. You can roll me an insight check on who it is or may represent. It's Shabir. On the ground, hiding away with
Yeah.
a red sharded dagger almost in hand, basically forcing her away from this
All right.
almost a looming, glowing person.
I'm getting closer.
Yeah. You realize Shabir met this person as this imagery unfolds in front of your eyes. You see a shadow cast upon you.
I keep my eyes closed and just look straight to the shadow.
Yeah, you look upwards and you roll me in religion check.
I'm
Presence.
keeping my eyes closed.
Yes, it's a
Alright.
form of presence that unfolds. 26. Jeez. Okay. You get the taste of blood in your mouth as you feel this looming presence of bloodshed.
Shu smiles wryly, like, Alright.
What do you do?
Nothing. Just sit in silence.
Okay. You sit and you hone.
I sit there as long as nothing changes. And if enough time passes, I will actually take a rest. Just sitting.
Let me look at a few things. Uh, okay. Roll me a wisdom saving throw. DC 25.
Nope.
You feel somebody spying on you and your emotional state.
Only my emotions.
Your thoughts to a degree as well, but you can't really protect them from it.
Okay,
You notice it though.
choose calm. Curious. And confused.
Okay. You feel somebody is almost honing through your entire emotional spectrum as you're kind of this mental calmness that you project yourself into gets shifted to a slight sadness and to joy and all throughout as you feel your face move. It's just like somebody's messing with your emotions. As you go through, as you feel your heartbeat, like mentally. Even though you shouldn't have one, you feel it like pulse through you. Like the status of emotion is not something that's too familiar to you at all times.
Well, now Shahu feels like a open-minded curiosity to let whatever it is do what it's trying to do. Like, yeah, come on. Like inviting it. Because he's curious.
Okay.
Like he's trying to get a grip on what's doing it.
That's an insight check. Let's see. Oh God. No shot. You don't know.
Alright.
You can.
Well,
Well, you're leaving your eyes closed, so.
yeah, it doesn't resist.
Okay. The only thing I can tell you is that it seems like not like an hello, but a stare. Feels almost clairvoyant.
But when I feel like
Yeah. Like, think about somebody seeing every part of your soul at one point.
like a penetrating gaze.
Worse.
Like an invasive gaze?
Less harmful.
Like
A clairvoyant gaze at everything. Yes. It feels overwhelmingly potent, not controlled and impulsive like you were used to.
oh, after some time has passed, at any point, Shahu might think about Edwin, because he knows he might be in this place.
You think about Edwin and basically how you've seen the betrayal, or what, and how he got dragged into here, kind of
Yep,
beat up.
all that. That he's
What emotion does that put you in?
worry and
Sadness, I guess.
also, yeah, like betrayed feeling. Like for someone else, like sympathy.
Yeah, sympathy. You feel the shadow disappearing in front of you. And you feel the
Yeah, well,
overwhelmingly warmth.
Shahu opens his eyes to
Another
see
con save. Let's see. Who
see
rolled
where
so many con
Shadow.
saves? You might as well be proficient at some point.
I had to feed for it.
Oh. Yeah, if you do more of them, you might just get it granted at this point. Half of the saves that you do is con and wisdom, and
I
you're already
removed the
proficient.
feed when I had to change them.
Yeah. But 16, yeah, it's a little better. You have this blurry eyesight as your eyes open. You can't look upwards as you
Yeah,
see this eternal shine downwards.
just look at the ground and see where the shadow went.
Forward.
Okay. Just look at her feet.
You see shoes, like a long boot just under the knee, and on the other side it's a very short, the same kind of heel, but less of a, well, upwards three-legged sock, but it's a complete cast of bandages. You can roll me a history check. The bandages. They're Edwin's. That Shavir put on Edwin's around his waist when he got stabbed in the cultist temple. Or bitten by the ginormous mimic, I mean. But yeah, stabbed.
Are they clean?
Sorry, repeat that.
Are the bandages clean?
They are cleaner, yes. They have some faint discoloration.
Okay, so they're not like bloody at any point.
They probably were bloodied before.
Yeah.
But they're not like blood soaked, no. They have some dried blood, like imprints.
Jill tries to get up, like, on his fore and then bend his head downwards while he's with hunchback trying to stand up.
It's an athletics check.
Like, keeping his whole torso downwards.
Yeah. Roll athletics.
No.
No. You bring yourself, like, from the sitting position to a forward, right? As you feel yourself drop forward, you completely fall flat as you feel gravity 10 times stronger than normal.
Okay. True. No, on his knees, checks for his belongings.
None. Your clothing, that's it.
Okay. Do you see any shade around here except her shadow?
There are some statues, but they cast shade outwards, not inwards. Because the light is above, it shines into every nook and corner.
He just props himself against the wall, trying to maybe get up.
So
Slowly.
you basically like lean towards the wall and push it upwards on the wall.
Yeah, just climb the wall.
That's still athletics. You can stand on wobbly legs, but you can't distance yourself from the wall, and you can't move perpendicular. The moment you move your feet, you're gonna fall. As you have your eyes open and your gaze wanders upwards, you see a dress in a priestess kind of robe and symbol across the neck, and long, almost white hair, very light blonde, going up to the like below the waist even. Your eyes see a halo made out of, well, shards. And I can send those to you as well, if I have it real quick. Probably here.
I think last time you told me I took a short rest
Yes.
after going unconscious.
Yes. See if I can fetch that real quick and not take half an hour to do so. I'm very annoyed at that. Sorry. There! I found it 5 times quicker on my phone. Sorry. As you see shards aligned in a perfect circle just above her head, with a blue kind of night sky tip pointing outwards.
Do they cast a shadow?
No. They seem to pass light. She does, barely so. It's a very dim shadow.
Can I count them?
You can. You look against the light and you count them in total, and I can tell you how many they are in a moment. Because I need to take a look at it.
It's like about 30, 20.
Okay. They usually contain... Need to math this out. Need a calculator. That's rare. Uh, it's 34 to be exact.
What's she doing? Where is she looking?
At you.
What are her hands doing?
Well, she not crossed, but to the sides. Just plain.
Well, she just leans against one of his shoulders, eyes closed, head upwards.
She moves to the centric of the entire building.
And his emotions are like, man, fuck this.
Huh? As you're leaning towards the wall and you're forcing your head kind of against the gravity, you come to like a full straight stand with your spine straight. Feel the force.
Second wind.
Yeah, it's just like second wind, heal me. You can roll it. You'll recover 6 health.
Take a breather.
You don't hone your kind of dark and light healing, you evil force of, well, not for you evil, but for the general spectrum evil. Kind of Shadowfell energy, but this time it's your mortal self clinging.
Do I feel more faded or more like my mortal body? Like physical?
Yeah, you feel 100% physical for once.
Okay.
You realize while you were in the Shadowfell, you were completely anti-physical. Seems the total opposite. You never felt so physical in your life. You can feel every cell of your lungs breathing in and out. It's really weird. And everything feels so heavy.
Man, being sober sucks.
Yeah, you're very much more Like this full body state is the full tap of like life, and it's just so not your thing. You think to yourself, how can anybody endure this for any minute? That's like a little bit of torture for you almost.
This is what makes people quit life.
Shoo, it's just like, fuck it, I wanna die. Where? Where's the exit? Mom, please pick me up. Small Shihu wants to get picked up from the ball pit.
Soccer mom show.
God. But yeah, gives you a headache. All this light and this ethereal voice honing. You would know by passive that it's basically the yawning of the like ethereal life. That saloon kind of praises that almost.
Okay, well, he opens his eyes and looks towards her and raises an eyebrow.
Well, she sits in the centric symbol with closed eyes and her hands, well, on her like knees, and head with closed eyes facing upwards. You see the faint shadow that she casts on her legs and such slowly fades bit by bit.
Wait, Jehu looks at the ground. Does he cast a shadow?
Pure black.
No.
Like, you look down, and where you cast the shadow, it's just void.
Okay. Well, takes a step forward.
Athletics. You take a step forward on a wobbly knee.
As slow as possible, just heads towards her.
Okay. Roll me 2 more athletics checks. Wow. You make it very close to her as you're like 5 feet away. You take a step forward and you basically lean a little bit towards forwards as you fall. Your hand like 3 feet away. That one hurt. Like not that it like will like harm you, but that one definitely hurt. Like you jumping would be enough to hurt you.
I sprained my wrist.
Yeah. As you fall in this almost forceful manner, you see the blackened shadow. As you impact the ground, you see this faint white glow hone about the entire floor, almost in a wave of water.
Wait, saying a liquefying?
No. The ground has a glow of white pulsing out from you for just a moment. Like
Yeah.
like an arrow hitting a shield spell.
He slams a fist on the ground.
Roll to hit. At disadvantage.
Like, fuck this.
Your hand impacts the ground, right? And your hand is like very fast and you impact the ground, right? But you don't feel any force being applied as your hand basically just jumps up back again and almost flips you around.
Now here's an idea. Sure, slams the ground with both his palms and then trying to get up both the parts.
Roll me an athletics check. Let's see how much force you can muster up in that.
He's like hunching backwards, then forwards. Yeah. Pushing
As you're
himself.
prone on the ground, you bolt both your fists like upwards and let them fall and crash down, and then you can't save.
No, I meant with the flat of my hands with palms.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
but you're prone and you didn't really get up.
There you are.
Your hands bounce in the other direction as you plant your hands forcefully on the ground, as they have a pretty strong counterforce, but you manage to not tear yourself apart in an instant.
Lesson learned. There's some steps, right? Some stairs.
Yes, it is a kind of pedestal with stairs to the centric piece, yes. 10 feet of stairs.
He crawls on them so he can sit.
Okay, athletics.
Athletics standing, athletics crawling.
Yes. So everything is fucking heavy in here for you. But yeah, ever so slightly. It's taking like 5 minutes to get up like this set of 2 stairs so you can sit. But yeah, you will eventually get there.
Lies on his back on the stairs.
The stairs hurt your back as you're lying and get pried onto them with all the weight. You can roll me a perception check.
Who made these stairs so hard?
Well, it's stone, and you see
It's
and you
true.
feel as every ray of light that hits you weighs you down. So you almost think and feel through your body, right? You feel this gravity pulls on your skin and then downwards as you feel it's weighing your sins in the eyes of Saloon.
Oh no, how heavy Edwin was.
You know, Edwin is a vampire. He in this light? Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Nope.
he just thinks about it like, man, Edwin.
Guy's ash in the course of 10 seconds. But she has his bandages.
And I know he is still around.
Oh yeah, you know he's not dead. That would be a much easier fix.
So, am I close enough to reach her?
You, if you want to, you can crawl up to her and reach her. Yeah, she's not gonna
Just
move.
be in arm's length.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
And he just lays on the stairs and reaches an arm up. And it's like, well, like extending a handshake.
You see, as you extend your hand, right? See this girl sit and almost pull her nose up to the light, right? You see a very faint smile on her face and kind of like tears running out of her eyes. But they're not like water. They're like this glowing white liquid, like emitting light.
Oh, sorry. Disturbing you?
Well, It's very bright, and you have a problem seeing, even despite you having a brutally good perception. Because that's usually honed with the dark. You can roll me a religion check on what she's doing there.
I can already guess, but sure.
Sure, what do you guess? I would love to hear it.
She's well, she invaded my mind already. You talked about sins.
Hmm.
So I guess she can really have an empathy, sympathy trip on suffering.
Well, you look at it, right? As you think on what she might be doing, you see these two kind of tears left and right leave her eyes, and you think as her shadow starts to disappear, it's a kind of almost atonement of herself. Well, cleansing herself in light.
Yeah. It's like going to a church and what is it called? One of those cabinets.
Yeah. But for higher ups, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so she's in contact with maybe some kind of celestial
Might be a possibility.
or a goddess.
Do you say that?
No.
Okay.
I think it.
A short moment after, as your hand kind of like you hold it out for some while, and
It just lays on the stairs.
yeah, it's just like slowly lowering. It's just like can't keep that palm upwards. It's so far away from my body. I can't even keep my shoulders straight. As you lay your wrist basically on the stones, they feel warm. And you feel heartbeats through it, like through the floor, as you have so much floor contact at the same time, with your legs, chest, and knees and arm at the same time. Well, the girl, after some while, will open her eyes back again. For a moment, you see a pure white glow leave, and then turn back to normalish eyes. As you see her eye color change from this, like, faint, well, greenish back to a blue. You know that the color blue for eye color represents divine, at least in the good sense.
Yeah, but what does green mean?
Well, roll me a history check.
Nature or purity?
Of sorts. That's what you can assume. Roll me a history check. See what you know.
Net one.
No clue. You only know that blue means divine because that's kind of the like one trait you've seen of everybody using high or stronger like divine good sided powers. But the green could possibly mean purity or nature, yes. But the eyes open back again. She looks at you for a moment. And the motion is plain. You see no smile, but you also see no frown.
Who smiles? But a little bit of agony in there.
Fucking cursed place.
Like squints his eyes and forces a smile.
She continues to look at you.
Man, what a bore. He, palm still pointing upwards, laying on slabs, forms it into a pointing finger and points at the bandages. Like, huh?
She looks up, right? From like, or down from your face to your finger, and down to her leg where the bandage sits. She holds her hand on it, right? And you see the very dried liquid in it pours into a ball of blood for a moment.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What? Explain
Yeah.
it again.
You see the faint discoloration disappear as she, as you point at it. She holds it up into the sunlight as it slowly almost boils and turns to ash.
And sure the liquid.
The liquid.
Did she like blood, like water control it?
Yes. Blood is a representative of life. She can dabble with it. You realize. She is mighty scary. She can do something like that. Move blood throughout a body. Crazy scary ability.
Shoes thought is going like, are those bandages magical? No,
You can roll an investigation.
Should we have something like that?
Yeah.
Investigation was.
They are severe bandages, alright. They seem perfectly normal.
Blood is special.
As it is presumably Edwin's blood, it turning to ash is a natural behavior in sunlight.
Shoes and too much suffering to care about talking. Well, he just sits there.
You sit in, or lie, at the side of the stairs in silence and look at her. She fully turns around. Continues to look at you. How do you look? Precisely.
My appearance.
Yes. I assume
Well,
you're bloody and or critical.
I mean, burn marks, dust, fucking, I don't know, anything that was on the ground when he imprinted his face on it.
Oh yeah. You've punched out arrows basically through you, like from the front as you landed on it. They basically punched through your back. You look like a pin cushion and a dummy for sword stabs.
Right, clothes, tattered.
Yeah.
Hair's something. It's like mop.
Well, as she turns towards you, um, She looks down.
Any expression on the face?
It's very hard to discern. You can roll an insight.
One below my passive.
Okay. It's very hard for you to discern. It's either concern or almost this. It's barely concern.
Huh. No, I got it.
I mean, you're here, so makes sense.
I get it more than Shu does. That's what I'm saying.
She looks down and looks up, and she's gonna use a spell. Let's see. Yeah, she's gonna cast second level aid. As you recover 5 hit points, and you can extend your hit point maximum for 8 hours by 5.
5 HP.
5 HP. As basically her wrist like slides off as she's basically like staring at the floor, right? Her finger like taps the floor, and you feel this, and you go blind. Even your inner eye gets filled with white energy as you feel, well, a little bit better, ever so slightly. Hit point by hit point. There's 5 distinct taps all upon the ground. You see 5 flashes of whitened energy pass through you.
He painfully squints, but smiles.
Smiles. Flashbang. Flashbang.
Yeah,
Good that you're not an epileptic person.
Well,
Well, she, after that, is going to almost shake her head for a moment and then get up.
Shu tries to prop himself like with a straight back sitting.
Athletics.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, you make yourself sitting up, not fully straight, but like a little curved back. But yeah, you do so. She stands on her feet and she's slowly gonna walk off the pedestal. In the centric.
Does she pass me?
Let me see. Wait a moment. There's here. Yes. Yes. Within 5 feet.
Oh.
Sure.
I would grab for either one of her legs or hands. Something. Something neutral.
Leg. The one with the bandages or the one with a boot?
Whichever is next to me.
Uh,
At her ankle,
char-
which is
character
the
visual.
neutral area.
Character visual. Yeah. I guess the boot. Yes.
Yeah, depends which. Just let's roll a die.
Yes.
One.
So you grab it. Should
1d2. Left is 1.
Okay.
Which is boot. Okay, grab. Ooh.
Yeah. You grab her ankle. She's on the stairs. She's just like,
He looks up at her in her eyes,
Yeah.
into her, and says, "Thanks. Let's go."
she says, go where?
But no, he just lets go.
She looks at you and she says, I mourn because of people like you. As she takes a step off the pedestal.
You do things like this because of people like you.
Yeah, you see her take the steps off this pedestal. She's gonna leave.
Through his mixed feelings. He's like, man, fucking aristocrats.
Well, you're alone.
Was the door open? Is it still open?
No, it's closed. After
Damn
she
it.
leaves. You see a complete white glow instead of a door. You see runic symbols. Well, they're religious symbols. They're all within the pantheon of Shar Saloon. Well, mixing things up already. And you can't read a singular one of them.
It looks around for any symbol of a moon or crescent moon.
None.
I also was hoping more for an interrogation scene. That would have been easier for me.
Yeah.
Like a torture scene. I even hoped for it.
They're the good guys. They're not doing it.
God damn it.
Yeah, like I know the other way around would be a lot more painful. This doesn't make it easier though.
Been easier to get something. Change something.
Yeah.
At least tell them something when they ask me.
You see, she didn't care about your motivation, really. She felt this kind of dread throughout your emotional state. You're sure of it. And that faint bit was probably almost the only bit of goodwill she could give you, or she's willing to.
Are there any windows?
None.
Is there any stairs up or down?
You're on the stairs, so yes, both.
I mean, leading to other rooms.
To another level? No.
It's just an open hall.
Seems to be. It's at least
But
what you
there's
perceive.
But there's a spire, so some door. I
Well,
can't
from
see
the outside,
because-
definitely looks like a spire. Yes. This place is probably more than you're currently seeing, but you don't know how and why. It also seems a little larger inside than on the outside.
It was not even attempting to cast anything.
That's a bad idea.
It's not even the point of it. Probably kill myself doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, he tries one thing because he's bored.
Because he's
Cast-
bold like that.
Bored and bold. He casts light in his hands.
Well,
Just on a sleeve.
well, you kind of with one hand grab onto your other sleeve, right? And you cast light on it. You see pulsing.
I can
Yes?
I can choose color and make it color black if that's a color.
Yeah, gonna work. You try to push this black light into the sleeve, right? Not like shadow,
Hmm.
but not like darkness, but it's glowing, right? As you do so, it faintly pulses, but you see the faint exposure to light, even reflecting off like the stairs and the floor, dissipates it the moment it seems to, well, touch the robes. You can roll me a Arcana check.
It's probably a source of energy around here that absorbs everything.
No, it seems to nullify this, well, almost cursed way of magic.
Because it's the strongest source around.
Correct. It's like trying to burn the ocean with a match.
Wonder where the source of the source is. Up in that tower or down here somewhere? They're statues, right?
Yes.
What do they look like?
A bunch of people in different, well, in the same pose. Now you're asking me something, because I have something prepared for that, as always. Oh god, yeah. Um, a picture spam's gonna happen. It's gonna take me a while just to copy them. But I can give you the picture of every single one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Hope there's no multiples of 1. There they are.
They all do the same pose?
No, they do there.
Huh.
Yeah, you see exactly this. And yes, you see the kind of surrounding as well. And yeah, it's statues carved in marble with a golden inlay on the kind of surrounding. It seems to be hovering just outside of the marble in this whitened, yellowish, golden light, as they seem to, well, represent parts of life and the universe. You would know those as tarot cards. They go through everything, from the chariot to the fool, to the high priestess, strength, things like the stars and temperance.
Wait, one of the statues is the tower.
Yes.
And one of them is deaf.
Yes.
Does deaf look similar to what I think of deaf?
Well, represented in a person with whitened hair and a sword shining with a black interior and shrieking light. Um, it looks, well, you think back a little bit like Hayel or Craven, but yes, it's definitely dark-sided,
What about that
shrouded in a
one?
blackened cloak.
What about that one card that doesn't have a description? Is that just a bag?
No, that is actually a card, but it's actually a statue, but it doesn't have a name.
Oh, what is it?
Well, you
Looks like
look
a
at,
crescent moon top part.
yes, you see a crescent moon, shrieking stars and light, as two separate streaks of white meet in the center and cast upon downwards. And the bottom side, you see elongated candles and little orbs of glowing light in them. You see on the bottom of the statue a carved book with no letters in them.
You do
It
have
seems to
duplicates.
represent life in
But
itself.
I'm just saying you have duplicates, but it's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, I know.
What does the High Priestess look like?
Hmm. Well,
Just faceless, robed figure.
well, not kind of faceless. Some faint facial features, nose and mouth, are shown in long gown, holding a kind of, well, person's head, halfway passed out, hunched, one hand under chin and the other one on the other side of the head, giving comfort, with a shriek, with a, well, weak halo of whitened light passing outwards.
Looks like that girl.
You can roll a religion check.
Girl also had a halo, and everything points to it.
You will be correct. I can ask you to roll a religion check at disadvantage to see if you know Saloon's following lore-wise. Because you have met Calphon, for example.
Hmm.
And the second one?
That did not to come out.
No, it's just one.
I clicked it twice.
No, you need to press Control to give it disadvantage, or Shift to give it advantage. But no, you wouldn't. But you know about the kind of halo that's things like angels, the only people that can produce things like that. Either that or it's not real, but you don't think that. Else she wouldn't have access to such a place in the first place.
Does the fool look like any kind of person I've met?
A guy in full armored plate on a battlefield, a castle in the background, shrieks of light cast in the background. Well, representative of fiery blaze behind. The fool, even known to you, is, well, you can roll me a history check to see what you know about it.
I'm not thinking about Edwin as a fool, but he's not. Well, he could have been a knight. some point. Net one.
The fool is usually depicted as a knight for the sacred and the well-being of, well, existence. Well, you think as a foolish act it might come in handy for other people, as you don't think the kind of state mortal and breathing is a state anything should have to live in, or exist, or non-exist. As you think of the fool as a real fool, clinging to life in armor, protecting oneself, disregarding anything for it.
Could be anyone. Anyone who is selfless.
Some depicted as a selfless hero, for others a cursed bane. The fool might be a hero or a fool, nobody knows. He manifests in anybody at any time.
Does the tower statue have any similarities to anything you've seen?
The tower statue, as you crawl over and look at it, you see two towers, to be exact. One shrouded in light, the other one shrouded in, well, not black, but you very dim. You see a piece cast in the background in the sky, light, well, and dim above each, representing a kind of balance.
Is the lover statue just two hands?
Yes. Marvel carved hands on a, well, not too high of a pillar, holding with a brief shine of moonlight on the back, under night sky. You know it represents the bond of two souls, which you know they exist. Some souls are linked by fate, by life, by choice, by death.
Is the strength statue an old guy?
Um, yes, it is a kind of king sitting in a throne almost. But yeah, you see vast night at the bottom and light cast behind it. A knight in the back holding a sword. Flame behind. It is foretold the man of strength, leaving behind the weak. To sit upon it.
What does the star look like?
The statue of the stars. Well, it's portrayed in light and dark. A night with a fallen star, curving and swirling. A man with swords, sitting in a faint glow. Hmm. Your eyes would portray it as a campfire of sorts, resting. The stars stand, well, the star stands for luck and possibility. Just like a fallen star. How some kind give a wish to it whenever one falls. No wish can ever be spoken, it may not be granted otherwise.
What does judgment have in it?
You crawl over to the judgment card. It portrays three people with a tight link of whitened string at the bottom. Three harbingers in eccentric light in the background. Knot by knot by knot, three ropes stretched downwards. It represents, well, for you, heaven and the gods judging whoever is beneath, and their all-knowing being. It's the 20th statue.
The hermit.
Look over to the hermit. Portrayed as a man.
Hey guys, I gotta go to bed.
That's fine, and we're gonna pick up on you next week.
All right,
Have a
see
good
ya.
one.
You too.
Thanks. You see a man with a boldened head. In odd clothing. A little bit of armor, a little bit of comfortability. Standing upon a barrel of some sorts of guts and sitting on a kind of chest. Holding a lance with streaks of light on its head, representing kind of intelligence and wisdom about things. Well, possession and good. You see a faint glow in the background. It is emitted from a faint coin laying in the back.
Something about the hermit card seems important. I don't know what. Temperance.
The statue of Temperance, depicted by a, well, naked body, shrouded halfway in light in the night sky with wings, stretched in the, well, something. A halo of streaks of light cast away from it, the right hand holding a sword with gauntlet and shoulder plate, and the left leg holding up to the waist a faint glow of golden armor and heel, and a shorter on the other, just below the knee. You would spot the faint similarity of that statue and the clothing wear of the person that just left.
Alright, well, I don't care about the rest.
You brush over the rest with your eye for a moment, and it doesn't seem to be much more interesting to your eye.
He goes over to Death's statue and just rests against it.
Okay, you go over
Tired.
to the statue of Death as you kind of lean like close to it, or
Just at
at
the
its
base.
pedestal, yeah.
Yeah.
And you lean against it. You close your eyes. I'm gonna tell you, you're not gonna rest in here.
I know. He just suffers until something happens.
Okay, then we're gonna have you placed again. Um, until something changes, we're gonna end the session, and I hope you had some fun. me handing out a bunch of lore. Sometimes it has to be. I'm sorry. I know you're not too much of a lore person, but I hope still you had fun listening into
bro.
it.
Just needs to be something I can discover, not just
Yeah.
read.
Yeah, in this case, it was all a bunch of input, and we will see what happens to you next week.